Hello, hello. What's up, guys? Sorry, running a little late. My bad. My bad. So much live streams on lately. And then I'm not gonna lie, I've been playing with this 3D printer and yeah, it's crazy. Tom, don't even say nothing about me being late. Don't want to hear that from you. All right. But we got a big guest tonight, Brandon. I was watching his podcast and breaking his balls for his hatred against the hypogene. And I kind of fucked with him a lot. I kept going and going and going. And I'm like, I hope he doesn't get mad at me. And then after I was like, after his live, I tagged him in 5 awesome hypos I produced, and then followed up with, "Come on, man, you gotta be a guest on my show." And he was like, "Pick the time and place," and here we are. So I'm excited because he has a lot of time and years um, invested into the Desert Ghost project, and this is going to be my first year in that project, and I think he'd be a great person to just shoot the shit about the morph itself. So here he is, Brandon Oodles and Noodles. Yo, yo, yo.
What's up, man? Right,
Excited, man.
right. I thought we were going to talk about hypo and the lack of contrast it brings to the game. But if you want to talk about Desert Ghost and the amount of contrast it brings to the game, I'm down to party.
I could talk about how one of the top breeders out that's kind of under the radar, but top breeder. He actually got rid of Desert Ghost for his hypo project to prolong it. But
Really?
yeah, yeah.
Damn, what a
Um,
mistake. No, I'm
you
just
know,
playing. I'm just
it's
playing.
it's going to be a fun debate. I think we have to have like a friendly fire debate about hypo
Absolutely.
Desert Ghost. Because a lot of people put
So,
hypo and Desert Ghost in like the same category, like in the hypo category, and I don't know if I do. You put them in a similar category?
no. So, let's see. When I was a kid, it was the early 2000s. I remember in the 90s we had the spider ball come in the late 90s. I remember seeing the spider ball as a young man at Orlando. It was the Orlando show back then. It wasn't Daytona. Um, and the first recessives to come out was the albino, the piebald, and the ghost, which we
Was
know
it
now
Ghost
is
or was it called hypo?
it was ghost, and then it was followed up by all these different lines of ghost. And so I'm going to tell you all right now, there's only one more from the ball python industry that's named correctly, and that's the het red exanthic. Because I'm an actual genetic science guy and an actual biology guy. That's the only
No
actual
way.
morph that's named correctly. Yes. Yes.
Properly?
So,
And
yeah, dude.
you know,
So,
you want to know why I don't like that gene? Because I was like, it's named so stupid. So now this is pretty funny that
yeah, dude.
I don't have
So,
one.
yeah. And so the big reason why people called the hypo ghost, and this all happened in Florida in the early 2000s, I believe, is because back then ball pythons were not your hot animal they are today. They were kind of a trash animal. They were sort of new. They were still being imported, so they had a lot of ticks, mites, diseases, things of that nature, and all you could make were normals. And a lot of the morphs, right? Because we were working with locality stuff back then. A lot of the morphs came from boas, and there was a ghost in different species of snake. And when the first hypo animal was proven, they called it ghost because it looked similar, even though it's a hypomelanistic animal, which is why I'll never call it ghost. However, if I did buy an orange ghost and I were to breed it, I would sell it as orange ghost. Just like if I bought a coral glow, I wouldn't sell it as a banana. It's morals and ethics, more or less. But
100%.
what hypo does and what Desert Ghost does is two different things. And Desert Ghost got shit on because of the Desert Project, which came out a few years after the hypo. We found out the females were non-viable egg layers.
I have
And
one.
you have a desert female?
I have a desert male. I have a desert Wuma male. And it's a pet. It's beautiful. I don't
It's a beautiful gene, dude.
It's crazy. Because it gives off it throws off these exanthic tones. It's bright. It's got, awesome. Caffeine's fine. Thanks, buddy. Actually, I'm sorry. Junior, you know what? Nuke that coffee in the microwave for me. That's the priority. Yeah, it's in. My son is my video engineer as well as my waiter for live
That's
streams.
awesome,
And
dude.
in return,
he'll have a good resume when he's 18.
I know. I mean, I gotta say, I've had a lot of people work for me, and I look at myself as I help people grow, but I am a pain in the ass. So if you can work for me, you can work for anyone,
So I'm a staff sergeant in the Army. That's my day job. And I feel bad for the soldiers that have to work for me because I'm such an asshole. But when they become sergeants, they will be a higher grade above their peers. I make sure of that.
Nice.
100%. Oh, but I want to go off topic for a minute. I was drinking out of this, and I saw a picture.
Oh my God, Dragon Balls.
Dude. So I saw a picture you have, and I saw little Funko Pops. I think I saw Gara.
Yeah.
I saw a couple, and I was like,
Jiraiya.
Yes. Oh, the Toad Sage
Master
himself.
Jiraiya.
Yeah, dude.
He is my favorite character in Naruto, 100%. I
like Jiraiya a lot.
I messaged the voice actor of the dubs and was like, I found him on Facebook and I messaged him and I'm like, why don't they do the Legend of Jiraiya like they were talking about when he died? And why don't they do like a whole just evolution of from him being a kid and the Sanin and I mean just everything.
Are you talking about Jiraiya?
And he didn't answer me.
That sucks.
It wasn't even seen.
Oh, that hurts. What a kick to the nuts. No, yeah, I like I like Jiraiya. I would say my favorite character, that's a hard one. I really like Kakashi Hitake. I think Kakashi is, without the Sharingan, is still pretty gangster. And I just saw a meme today where Kakashi went to go fight. It was him fighting Pain, and I can't remember. It was two other people, and the caption was, Kakashi is so gangster, he was quick to throw hands, even when someone was stronger than him and he knew he couldn't win. And I was like, that's always true. That's always true.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say he's my number 2 in the series.
Yeah. He's dope. I would like to pick Sasuke too. I'd like to put Sasuke up there, but having the Sage of the Sixth Path power is it's a little OP. Sorry guys, this is turning into an anime podcast.
Yeah,
you didn't realize.
And my 7-year-old's over here negotiating sugar to roll her strawberries into. In a little bit, I'll order it when I'm ready. Thanks, bud. Yeah, no, I'm like, so it's funny because I didn't get into I didn't get into anime until like my mid-30s. And the only
Oh
reason
man,
why was because my oldest, he watched the most hated movie, The Last Airbender, which I actually enjoyed, and I'll admit
I
that. I
liked the
didn't think it
Last
was horrible.
Airbender.
I thought the movie
Yeah,
was good. I did watch
it was
that
all right.
before watching the anime, so that was a big,
Oh
and
yeah.
that's how we bonded. We watched, The Last Airbender. We were miserable through Legends of Korra, and then
Korra, worst Airbender ever, or worst Avatar ever. Period. Hated Korra.
yeah, I mean,
She sucked compared to the
I
other
think
Avatar. Hmm.
the coolest thing about her is that she became a lesbian at the end, and then other than that,
Yep,
that's it. It was
that's it.
so. Listen, how the nightmare about that anime. So my daughter has watched The Legend of Korra from beginning to end about 4 times.
Oh man.
And yeah, I it is
Yep.
what it is.
It's just a phase. It's just a phase. You never know what'll happen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Jiraiya is king.
Jiraiya.
Sasuke. Yeah, Jiraiya's the
Well,
man. I mean, Pervy Sage. We had a cat named Pervy Sage.
yeah, I like. I like Jiraiya. Um, I like that. Not only was he a Sunny, but like he doubled as the Toad Sage, right? So
Yeah,
Orochimaru was never a sage. Tsunade, all she did was store a lot of chakra on her forehead, and Orochimaru just was a self-made experiment.
the
You know, he
mad
just
scientist.
yeah, but Jiraiya like double dipped, and he could do the Rasengan, which is like as a single level jutsu to me is that's dope.
Yo, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
no, I'm like so eventually I want to get like a nice tattoo. I have an open slate on my arm other than my my tattoo for autism, Lightning McQueen with the
That's
autism puzzle
awesome.
piece in it. Um
Yeah, dude, that's
yes,
awesome.
yeah, my middle son is has ASD and he is like obsessed with cars. Like we have milk crates of cars and Disney
That's
cars are
awesome.
called cars with eyes. So I surprised him with that tattoo in a very fun spot.
Yeah, that's
But
all. Yeah, oh, yeah, yeah.
yeah, it was
That spot
brutal.
is fierce.
Yeah, it was like I just, it's not. I'm good. I just sweat when I get tattoos. Like when they hit those sweet spots when
Yeah,
they were when it was coming close to the armpit. Oof,
yeah.
Jose
So
and
I
that.
got. I mean, you can't. I have all my tattoos where you can't see them, but from the armpit all the way down to that hip, this whole side is all covered, and that is just
Oh,
miserable.
it is, but that's why you go to a good artist because it's going
Yep,
to be permanent, and you take your
that's
you,
a,
you take your
that's right.
beating, and then you enjoy it.
So I tell people all the time in the snake community because everyone always. I mean, we all want a good deal, but people bitch when they have to pay a lot of money for snakes for some reason. And I always tell them it's like getting a tattoo. You get what you pay for. Simple as that. I'm serious, man.
Oh no, I'm laughing. I'm laughing about this. They're
Oh shit. you
um
know, with
yeah,
back
I
to
mean I
Jiraiya.
Dry is the man.
He is the
So
man, dude.
tattoos I learned young. Um I met really great artists and I've seen, people get tattoos and they were like so horrible. And
Oh yeah.
I kind of the crystal ball or something lucked out, man. The guy I met um that did one of my first like real pieces is this one on my arm It's Madonna and baby Jesus. It's a bamboo statue that my father brought back from the Philippines.
That's
And
really good shading. That's like really good shading.
and that's 20 years old. No touch-ups. 20 years. And
that's good
this guy
stuff.
was just the fucking man, And I'm going out getting that tattoo where other friends are getting like shit off the wall, and it's like holy, so horrible. And it is a great comparison because I would say tattoos are so much like ball pythons. You get your first one, you want another,
Yep.
and another, and another, and if you go cheap, you're gonna regret it.
Yeah, you are.
There are deals out there. There's deals and there's I consider them as opportunities. Hey, what's going on, Casey? There's opportunities to get great animals for a great price, but I think that it's hard to shop just for the cheap prices and have success consistently.
Yes. So to get on ball pythons, to answer your question, because we went down the whole hard, I do not put hypo and desert ghost in the same category at all.
Yeah, me too. I don't. Okay. Oh yeah, I already forgot about that. We went way down. You can't. They do totally different things. I mean, they both clean up.
Yes.
But that's the only thing that you can say. I mean, the shades, Desert Ghost does so much bold of the blacks and brightening but cleaning up, they both clean up. But I think in most scenarios, Desert Ghost does clean up better than most.
So Desert Ghost, when I hatch a visual Desert Ghost, its shade is always and this is what I compare it to. If you go out and buy the Kraft mac and cheese box, that orange like noodle that's on it, that's the color of the Desert Ghost out of the egg. It's always kind of meh. It's very bland. As they age, that's the game changer. They actually do look better as adults. Like that's what's up, Castros Constrictors? They do look better as adults. And I like what they do as far as contrast. Contrast is my big thing. I want my blacks to be stark black. I want my patterns to be non-symmetrical and wonky. I would like the color of the pattern to change, but I don't want black speckling. I want it to be clean, real clean. Now, my issue with the hypo is hypomelanism as a mutated genome mutes blacks to an extent. It mutes blacks by causing blushing, which is great for pattern because it makes it really bright and really clean. But then your blacks suffer some because of that. And that's the only real reason why I don't like the hypo.
Word.
That's literally
a harsh word. I wouldn't say it suffers.
What, mute?
Okay. It doesn't suffer.
No, the blacks suffer because of that.
No.
They mute. They mute. That's what happens. They mute a little bit. And that's like really the only reason. If there was a gene that could make just the pattern portion of the animal hypomelanistic and the blacks, the desert ghost black, that's it. That's all I would ever want in a snake.
Yeah, and when you mix them both, unfortunately, fade sounds like such a bad word, but the blushed out blacks I like better than suffering black.
Okay.
Okay. It carries over with the Desert Ghost when you add those combos together. But that being said, MH Pythons gave me a great deal on a pastel Het Desert Ghost, Het Orange Ghost. And I got it because since I'm so heavy in Orange Ghost and Hypo, eventually they're gonna cross split paths, you know.
Yeah.
My style of breeding, I don't have so many of the new fancy morphs that everyone keeps getting and have the cooler names and all that awesome stuff.
Yeah.
And it's because I haven't exhausted the mixing part of what I have already. I gave Justin Kabelka a lot of credit. He literally has turned chicken shit into chicken salad with, you
Yes, he
know,
has.
spot nose, red stripe. I mean, these are dead genes that people had at tables
Yeah,
for
dude.
$60.
And
And
black pastel.
yeah, and you know, like I got heavy into black pastel, I want to say like 4 years ago. And everybody was getting out. And I was like, hell yeah, give me more, you know. So I have a lot. And black pastel with hypo is just
Yes.
it's incredible. And
Yes, I will
then you add
100%
fire on
give you
top.
that all day. Yeah, I'll
And then
give
the
you that all day.
fire,
Black pastel, hypo, fire, orange dream, yellow belly. Like those together in hypo.
I know, and you know what? I partially paid for a Enchi Orange Dream hypo that's in Canada right now. Male, 2019 male. So hopefully when the weather clears up and I can get it, I could just start slapping them into clowns because that's really my big I need more OD in clown.
OD
I just
is
bought one.
hmm.
It's a sleeper gene. It's you know what's screwed up is when I got into breeding, when I got into ball pythons 6 years ago, my mentor, John from Snake Man's Exotics, he's like, you need to start getting breeders. You know, he's like, I was like, yeah. He's like, I got a orange dream female. And he sent me a picture of it. And I looked at it and I was like, it was a single gene orange dream. And I said, I don't see it. I said, I don't see it. I was like, and it was a big snake, you know, it was an older snake. It had size on it. And I think that was one of my biggest mess ups because if I would have had that, that would have been my first year breeding and I would have already had Orange Dream.
That hurts.
And now
That
forget it. I'm
hurts.
trying to put it into everything, you know, and
Yeah.
Orange Dream's a lot like Desert Ghost. The more
Yeah.
sheds they have, the better they look.
Oh yeah, I got OD in fuck a lot of stuff. I have OD in my dreamsicle stuff. Watch out, buddy. My dog has anxiety, so he's always here. I got OD in my dreamsicle stuff. I got OD in my mahogany pied stuff. I have OD in my hurricane stuff.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that? I'll have OD Enchi Het Lavenders. Yeah, I'll have OD Enchi Het Lavenders coming. And of course it's in Desert Ghost. And I think that's really all I have. Oh, and I have OD in my clown. I have OD Het in the clown pies coming up.
I hope this girl proves out. So this is a Orange Dream pastel, and they said it's possible yellow belly or fire. And then I already talked to multiple breeders that think that it's definitely OD pastel yellow belly fire. It's all of them together.
I think so as well.
Um,
Yeah. I think so as
and
well.
it's a
100%.
girl. So I'm excited to figure out what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna breed to it. But she's probably 700 grams. She's got quite a bit of time. Oh,
Oh
trying to get her.
yeah. All right, there we go. Oh,
Vinnie Meyer.
right.
So Vinnie Meyer is the one that really sold me on OD because when I first met him years back, it was just like OD this, OD that, OD this, OD that, and I was like,
Yeah.
holy cow, Because Vinny,
So,
I did a video of a tour of his facility, and just like you were saying, certain things stack amazing with Orange Dream,
oh
and Vinny's
yeah.
there. I mean, Calico, Spider, OD, Yellow Belly, Fire. I think he produced 2 years ago.
So the best, that sounds fucking amazing. That sounds like an amazing snake. First off, nextly, Orange Dream is your good. Okay, once you have Orange Dream in something, everyone always sees Orange Dream as this mutation that gives you a little bit of color and it cleans it up and stuff and makes it pop some. But if you look at OD combos with other enhancing gene combos, once you have OD in anything, it's easier to tweak the color, right? So if you look at what Ozzy did, right, and this is why I don't hate cryptic. People think I also hate cryptic. I don't.
Only
But I
hypo.
work with puzzle. I don't even hate hypo. I just don't want to work with hypo because I think Desert Ghost is better, and I don't want to work with cryptic because I think puzzle is better. So puzzle's another mutation where it takes to color really well. Puzzle is already a good pattern mutation. It's easy to manipulate the color on it. If you look at Ozzy, one of the first things he did with his puzzle, OD, not just because he's the OD king. Puzzle takes color really well. Once you have Orange Dream in anything, stacking those enhancing, cleaning, brightening, and lightening, because those are different. They're brightening, lightening genes. The Orange Dream allows you to maintain cleanliness while manipulating the color. Then you hit it with the dark stuff to change the pattern. And that's the game changer. And Spider, the Spider Ball, takes the color really well, especially Orange Dream. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I love Spider. I have been producing Spider since my first year of breeding, and I'm going to keep doing it.
Hell yeah.
I just, there's stuff that happens with Spider that you can't find anywhere else. And it doesn't take much to create a really incredible animal.
Dude, look at the zebra bee. My jaw still drops when I see the what is the firefly bumblebee? Like the fire bee, that thing just God bless America. I love that snake so much.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I mean, in the Spider does so good with with like these pastel exanthic morphs, like the Firefly Spider exanthic.
Oh
Is
yeah,
just,
oh yeah.
it's a white and black snake.
Dude, I just sent it to my girlfriend yesterday. That exact snake, the Firefly Spider exanthic, the fire zebra bee, I guess you would call it. And I sent it to her specifically because it's I sent her the one John Daig created. Go figure, JD Constriction, because it's the best example of that mutation. The expression, God, she's like, yeah, the blacks are so black and the whites are so white, and I'm like, yes, Spider takes the color well, and if it takes the color well, probably takes the exanthic well too. That's what I'm talking about, David. That's good shit.
Spider breeder girls, I can't wait. Damn.
Yep.
I
Telling you, man, females put their weight in gold.
I'm really excited about this season. Have you had any eggs drop yet?
I had my buddy got as soon as COVID hit, there was this guy up in Oklahoma City. So I'm stationed in Oklahoma right now. I'm originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. But this guy in OKC was selling his collection. When COVID hit, he had to sell out, but he was selling things in pairs. Yeah, I know. He was selling things in pairs, and I paid $300 for this breeder female. She came to me in really bad condition, like
Oh
really,
no.
really bad condition. Yeah. So she was just skinny. It was just a pastel het clown. And
Wait, what was she again? I'm sorry, my son started talking.
oh, it's all right.
What was she?
Just a pastel het clown breeder female. That's it. I paid $300 for a pastel het clown breeder female, and I'm not a big fan of pastel and clown, but it was one of those moments of this. If I don't get a hold of this snake, it's probably gonna roll. It's gonna die. That's how bad the condition was.
Oh
So
man.
she was skinny, stuck shed, just she had dehydration folds. It was pretty horrible. So I get her in a rack, I soak her, I get the head off her, throw a live ASF in there, bam, takes it, starts eating, slamming food. No one lives in my house for free. That's how I am. So I was like, yo, homegirl, you're eating the rats, you're taking up tub space, you're paying rent. So I started breeding her to a proven banana blade clown male. And she dropped me some eggs unexpectedly. So I don't even know if those were from her last breeding or this one. But I have a female clown. She's like 4,500 grams. She just ovulated. She should be next week. I don't even know what she's going to give me because I've been breeding her for 18 months because she grew a line of follicles, reabsorbed them, grew the other line of follicles. But I think I'm going to have some pewter bamboo hets. I should have some yellow belly het lavs because she ovulated. Some fire banana blade clowns because she ovulated. Some Mojave lesser desert ghost hets.
There you go. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear about these desert ghosts you got.
Some
Thanks a lot more
pastel
for
lesser
exotic.
desert ghost het clowns because a buddy of mine had a thing and he had issues and I got some animals from him, and so I should have some desert ghost 100% het clowns. The girl that I'm talking about who's going to drop me those DG het clowns was produced by Bob Blue. So tell him I said what's up. Same with those yellow labs that I'm going to. And a lot of my DG shit is not going to be up for grabs this year because it's a lot of DG Pie, DG Clown, a lot of double recessive stuff that I'm not going to be letting go of. But I am isolating the red gene, and in about 2.5 years, I should have the red gene, ringer gene, desert ghost visual. So I'm really excited about that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about that one.
I can't wait. I am so many years away from producing a desert ghost, but I'm coming in hot.
Okay, so you said you bought the pastel. That's a double het orange ghost DG. Is that a female?
Female.
Or
Yeah, then the only other
DG in your collection.
The only other one is my female maker, Banana Desert Ghost Het Pied.
Okay, that thing looks like really good. I saw that and I was like quite surprised by that. That looks really good.
Oh, you liked it?
I did like it.
I think maybe the spots. I I was hoping that the DG would kind of be like Enchi and Pinstripe with the banana and reduce the spots, and it clearly didn't.
Let me see. So I just posted this dude yesterday. The only time that I ever can reduce spots on banana and that it's not super is with visual or heck clown combos. So this dude, this is not a hatchling. This male is big and he can breed, right? And he has almost no spots, right? He has
What is
some.
that? Is that black pastel?
This is banana black pastel, which would make you think this would be intensely freckled, but it's not. It is het clown. All my banana stuff that's het clown, as well as my visual banana clown stuff, is not very freckled, even with the black pastel added, which intensifies freckling.
I'm trying to think now.
Oh, I'll have cypress and red stripe het desert ghosts as well. Totally forgot about that.
Xanthic? What line of Xanthic?
Oh no, not I do have Xanthic. I said cypress, cypress het desert ghosts, and red stripe double hets desert ghost lavenders. I'm not letting go of any of those. I also have red stripe het lavs and desert ghosts, red stripe het DGs, red stripe het lavs, and red stripe het DG lav. I won't be letting go of the double recessive ones at all, but the first two I'll let go of. Cypress het DGs. I did breed a desert ghost to a female pastel VPI Xanthics. Yes, Chief Hardy, we are trading. Yeah, we're trading. That's he's another dude in the army. He's a warrant officer. I'm glad he does not look down upon us petty enlisted men. We are so pathetic as compared to your greatness, Chief.
I never enlisted, so I mean, I'm pathetic compared to you guys.
Nah, man, guys like you are the reason we do what we do. I just like to see people succeed and live their life the way they want to. And I've been to so many other countries, people really take what they have in the States for granted. Like even what we're doing now, like to have electric and plumbing and running water and not live in a house made of mud where you have to poop in a hole that you did in the backyard. It's a whole other world. But we shouldn't get into that because I'll go somewhere else. So, but
did you see my? Did you see the video I just posted of me and my son going shooting?
I did. I quite enjoyed that video, and I planned on asking you about that. How often you guys go?
We'll come back to that after.
Okay. But yeah, I have a lot of Het Desert Ghost stuff coming. Oh, and we did reveal the secret project last month. Liz and Kyle from Royal Reptiles and myself are making the double het Desert Ghost Monarchs this year.
Oh man. This year.
So that's like I sent her a visual female breeder, Lemon Blast Desert Ghost, and she's breeding it to a visual pastel monarch male. So, and I have some monarch myself, which is also incredibly clean.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's like no black speckling. Monarch is ridiculously clean. This dude
what is that
awesome.
exactly? That's a single gene monarch?
This is pastel monarch.
So that's what it does. Wow. I like the tone almost looks like the colors that you get from lesser clowns.
Yeah, it's It's wild. And so when you want to talk, speaking of lesser, you want to talk bell comp. Oh shit! Almost just got lit up.
I
Oh
get bit
yeah,
almost every live stream.
Jose from Gravity
Oh,
Boss. Love you, brother. Quick shout
I
out.
got to
But
meet him last weekend.
yeah, I hung out with him a little bit at Arlington. So in Desert
Great
Ghost,
guy.
people like to stay away from the Bell complex when it comes to recessives. But dude, this is a lesser Desert Ghost female breeder, and she is just huge. And she is also straight perfect. So this is pastel lesser Desert Ghost. I don't want to hold her too much because you can see her belly's pretty large. She is big follicles right now. She is breeding a clown het desert ghost male. So I should have some pastel lesser desert ghosts that are 100% het clown.
Oh my god.
And
I
blackhead
never
calico desert ghost hets as well. So I'm gonna have a lot of hets if you want some, dude. I'll hook you up with female hets all day because you're
Yeah,
not gonna
man.
find
I'm
any female DGs. There's just they only sell males these days.
well, I mean, so I briefly told you, like, so my pairing for my banana desert ghost het pied, I I already have 4 latches with a pied, a het pied,
Mm-hmm.
a cine het pied, and then I have 2 latches with a leopard lesser pastel, another pied,
Mm-hmm.
and a pastel pied het orange ghost. So I should have a lot of snakes,
Oh yeah, that's money.
and then on top of that, um, I was palpating snakes 2 days ago, and I found
Mm-hmm.
like I found like ping pong size follicles inside one of my other cinnamon het pies that I don't remember. I remember putting them together, but I didn't document a latch. So I put them in together
Okay.
because those follicles are nice. My wife just knocked over my light. This is why we can't have anything nice, Amanda.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, right. I saw your uploading video. You're like, "There's Amanda. I swear she's real." And I was like,
hey, what's going on,
"Oh,
Baker? Yeah, because you know what?
oh shit."
We have no pictures. Like our last family photo. Oh, we did take a family photo when we went apple picking, but we have like a family photo when we were when Mario was about a week old, and that was 8 years ago. She hides from the camera. As soon as the camera comes out, she runs. And then she curses at me if I get her on video. So, but yeah, I
Damn.
hope I didn't miss
Hard not
ovulation.
life.
I if I hopefully I don't know. They didn't latch either. They've been together for 2 days, and he's like a superstar. So hopefully I
Yeah.
did put them together, and they did latch, and I just didn't see it.
I mean,
But I'm gonna hold
that's
back
happened.
bubbles.
Yeah, I've had girls. I would too if I were you. I've had girls. I would breed them for like 5 6 months, and I would see no locks, none. But their follicles would be growing. They give me eggs, and it's quite clear that the male I was putting in there was the father. But I just didn't
Something happened.
see. I didn't catch it. Yeah,
Yeah, they're Minutemen, in and out.
yeah, they're Minutemen, dude. I got some boys who stay locked for like 3 days, and some
I
boys stay
know.
locked for 3 minutes.
Those are the worst.
It's-
Those are the worst.
yeah,
I have a what is it? My pastel orange ghost het clown is like that. So like I can't rotate that snake as much as I want to because he'll stay latched and then he must be letting go and then going for round 2 Because
Yeah.
there's been times where it's been like 5 days, and I must have missed where they unlocked.
So that's a pretty common occurrence, and you gotta be careful with that because a few like 10 or 12 years ago, I think Sean Bradley and someone else did an analytical study where they took tallies. They just wanted to make an average, like how many locks does a male have in him? Until he's like, all right, I don't feel comfortable to breed him anymore. And between I can't remember who else it was. It was Sean Bradley from Exotics by Nature. If you guys have been around the industry for a long time, you know exactly who I'm talking about. Archek was his mentor, and so on. So they come up with about 36 locks in a year. Is like your safe number. Now that's going to obviously vary by male and size, and is he still eating during breeding or not? But that's what the average these two guys came up with. So I kind of use that still as a solid rule, because I did notice, because I have a Microsoft Excel spreadsheet. I record everything, and I even have the mathematical algorithm in it that gives me my average at the end of my physical year, which is in November, because anything late after that, I know that's going to hatch in, the next year. So, yeah. So it's about 36 to 38 is how many locks I can get out of a male if I have him breeding multiple girls and he's off food, where I'm like, hey, I need to put him in his tub, leave him be, get him back on food, because he's spent. He's done. He'll die if I keep breeding him.
Now, do you
watch that.
Do you promote follicle building through breeding?
Yes. So if I got a girl and she's the size, so right now I got a female single red stripe. Her hatch date was 28 July 2019. So she's like 18 months coming up on 2 years. But she's showing me all the signs she wants to breed. So I threw a male in there. She has the fat reserves locked.
Nice.
She is just shy. She's like 1421. So she's just shy of 1500. She'll probably lay a clutch in 6 or 7 months and weigh 1600 plus grams. But I just pay attention to the females. If they show me, I throw the male in there. If they're not showing me, then I'll throw a male in there, wait 30 days, see if she has follicles. If so, I keep pairing. If not, I'll try again. I'll give her a month and try again. And if she doesn't do it again, then I know she's taking that year off. No matter what I do, she won't go. And that's her choice, and that's fine. Because usually they'll take a year off and go from being like an 8 egg layer to a 10 plus egg layer. And I'm like,
oh yeah,
plus eggs like the size of your fist. Like, yeah, the good shit, the healthy eggs, big veins. So
that's what we just got on Sunday.
What laid for you?
A het albino paired to a pied het albino.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Look at you. I ain't got these fancy jeans with all these people got. Man, you got some hot shit, dude. That's a double visual, man. That's good shit.
I got, well, no, it won't be double visual, it'll be het, but I got a lot invested into double recessives.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you took a double recessive to a het, correct?
No, well, it was a visual pied het albino.
To a het albino. So your goal is to hit albino 100% het pied. That's still pretty damn good. And then you still got 66% hets you're working with.
Yeah, and and then there'll be 100% het pied.
Yeah.
I sold all the females I produced last year. I produced like 3 of them with that pairing, the hets. But I only produced 1 visual, and it was male, and I needed money, so I sold it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Well, I mean, male
ironically, I
is
still have it in my rack.
because you can't ship it, huh?
No, he don't want it yet. It's like a friend of mine that he's like, do you do any research in the lychees?
Yeah, I know a lot about. So I'm a reptile guy. I'm not a ball python guy. So you want to talk to Ractodactylus species? I could talk ractals all day.
Oh, we went scientific. So I'm sure you heard of A&R geckos.
Yeah, I got their business
It,
card sitting on my counter actually.
so I've known Richie for over 20 years. I bought a Montepora
Wow.
capicora from him when I was
Nice.
15 years old. He's known as
Oh
Richie
shit.
Fish. And
Fishy fish.
yes, so
That's funny.
he's in the works of opening a pet store, or he's gonna have a pet store. He's been working on it for a couple years now. It's just, you know, any business, it comes to location, location, location.
Of course.
And, you always want your bottom dollar down because you can't count on sales until you have them.
That's
And,
right.
he wants to have a nice setup for it when he has the store, but he just hasn't found that perfect place yet. So he's in my rack. I mean, I breed
Yeah.
my own rodents. So, the thing eats a weanling once a week. It's costing me probably 20 cents, you know?
Oh yeah, dude. It cost me, I think, no matter what size. Well, okay, to be honest, it doesn't cost me anything because I sell the rodents as well. I profit actually off the rodents every month. But if I didn't, it would cost me about 82 cents to make an African soft fur. So I only breed and feed ASS, nothing else.
Really?
Oh,
Oh, gosh.
100%.
I fucking hate
100%.
ASFs. I breed them. I have 10 colonies of ASFs, but I fucking hate them. And I
Because
got
they're
bit
nippy?
yesterday. Yeah, man. They're nippy little bastards, man. I got them in stainless steel hotel pans, 6-inch hotel pans, because they kept on
Yeah.
escaping on me. And I had a male bite me yesterday, Monday, and the colony is like 7 months old. So I was like, I guess this colony's done. Fucking gas that motherfucker.
Yep.
Dude, they're so cute. They got beady eyes, but fuck, man. It just doesn't get. It's not even like their bites are bad either, because I always wear gloves.
Yeah.
But it's like it's that unexpected shock, where you're like, fuck, little bastard got me.
Yeah, that's exactly what I say too. Little bastard. So
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, my ASFs, after this, I'll post a video on my Instagram story and tag you in it. I'll walk into my rat room and I will open up a tub and I will shove my hand in there with a mom with newborn babies and I will not get bit barehanded. And I have been breeding my own ASFs for 6 years. So I specifically would line breed them for docile behavior. I started by handling and socialization and positive reinforcement. I would go buy Honey Nut Cheerios and I would hold them and interact with them and feed them Honey Nut Cheerios. So it was a positive experience, put them back, repeat, breed. 6 years later, I don't even need to do that now because I have, of 40, 50 colonies in there and they're totally fine. And I breed them for morphs as well. I have all sorts of different kinds of morphs. And I just got a hold of a line called the jumbo line of ASFs, where the adult
Really?
ASF is the size of an adult rat. So Condren's Family Exotics, you want to put that up there? His comment? That's a dude who lives like 20 minutes from me. Super facts, I can contest to that. I set my colonies up from Brandon, and mine are the same way. Super sweet. So Condren and I work together. He's in the Army as well. He's stationed here at Fort Sill. That's 20 minutes away from me. He just had his first female ovulate yesterday. Congratulations, buddy. And all of my ASFs are so docile. I don't have any issues with them. The other thing is, if you go back on my Instagram about a year or so, you'll see I do a video. It's a short video, maybe 40 seconds long or something. And I pick up this clown girl that I hatched out. And I pull the card. So on all my tubs, I have cards with the genetics, gender, the hatch date, the breeder. My name's on the breeder if I produce them, and the ID number with the photo of the animal on it with Vero, right? So what I do is I show the snake and Tanya just pooped and shed. So she was empty. I took the card and I showed the card to the camera. She was exactly 12 months old. I put her on the scale, and this is a female blade clown visual, and I think she was 14 or 1,500 grams at 12 months old. Feeding just ASFs because biologically, and here's the science again, everything I do has a science behind it, whether it's numbers or whatever it may be. The science for feeding ASFs is the ball python's intestinal, like the guts, right? I'm going to try and say this as layman's terms as possible. Not insulting anyone's intelligence. It's just easier that way. In the ball python's gut is a specific digestive enzyme. When the enzyme breaks down the soft fur, now this enzyme is specifically made to break down the soft fur, right? It's their natural prey in the wild. If you even look at the feces from a mouse, a rat, and a soft fur, you'll see they're different. Now, there's a myth out there that the soft fur is a leaner meat and higher in protein. That's not exactly true. The diet you feed your soft fur will dictate that. The protein and nutrition from the soft fur is absorbed through the liver. The enzymes break it down. It's absorbed through the liver, pushed out through the bloodstream to the whole snake. More nutrition is absorbed because of the digestive enzymes, because the enzymes are made to break down the soft fur. Now the rat is a little greasier per se. That's the best way I could explain it. It's a little more fatty. It can't be broken down as easy. Oh, what's up, Liz or Kyle, whoever's watching this? And that's the deal with that. Whereas rats are more water weight and less protein. So feeding ASFs, my snakes have grown faster. All my females are 3,000 grams in the off season, not obese, because they're all close to 6 foot. And here's a good example. Humans. If we age, yeah, I know it's Liz. If we eat healthy, our hair looks better. Our skin is healthier, right? It looks better. My snakes retain color better into adulthood. Liz from Royal Reptiles can also attest to that, feeding a diet of only ASFs for the snake's whole life. So that is the only reason, really, I feed ASFs, because I truly believe it to be the superior product, if you will. And I believe that because of the results I've seen over the past 6 years I've been breeding and feeding only ASFs.
Yeah. I actually, The reason why I have ASFs is actually because I prefer to feed all my hatchlings ASFs for their first meals, and then I usually do ASFs for their first 3 to 4 meals, and then I do a rotation between ASFs and rats. Just
Oh,
because
that's good.
not everybody has the access to ASFs,
Access.
and I wouldn't either because if I didn't breed them because they're so expensive in New York. I mean, no one sells them cheaper than $3 a pop commercially.
Yeah.
Like so. And I finally, I need to get bloodlines from Jose because Jose's bloodlines. I know I've heard from him and so many different sources that his are just extremely friendly. Capital punishment doesn't make them more friendly. And
Correct.
unfortunately, that's what I do. So,
I mean,
once,
so
once
yeah, yeah. I mean, I would feed them off, dude. If they were just vicious and very aggressive, like your food. Sorry, later, nerd.
I
Sucks to
mean, I
suck.
think it's more of the males typically are more aggressive when there's babies in there, so they're doing their job to protect the pack, you know.
Yes, it's instinctual.
I just don't want to get bit. I feel like the aggression went down a lot more ever since I started feeding black sunflower seeds, black oil sunflower seeds.
Yep.
And then I've been doing little things like I'm using 1/4 inch mesh with my African sulfurs and mice, and
Yeah.
I've been putting the sunflower seeds on top because if I put it inside, they just tear them up. But if I put it on the top as like a hopper, um,
Yeah.
it exhausts them a little bit. It gives them something to do. It stimulates their brain because now instead of them just
It's
grabbing and eating,
enrichment.
now they actually have to work for it.
Yeah, it's enrichment. And rodents are smart, man. I was just talking to Honey Reptiles New York yesterday about the rats you guys have up there in the fucking noise. Them things are survivors, man. Those rats are smart. Like dragging away pieces of pizza, and those rats will live, man. Rodents are intelligent. They are, man. They are so
Is-
intelligent.
Isn't there
Telling you, I
isn't
gotta
there a
take a bath.
military?
No, go ahead.
Isn't don't they use rats in mine fields because they don't have the
They
weight to set off the mines?
they they used to a long time ago in the late 80s or early 90s when Afghanistan and or Russia invaded Afghanistan. Have these things called mine towns, and they're actually just like a mine sweeper, and the electronic ping can just detect where they are. So there's
Oh,
that, and they
nice.
put these things on the front of trucks. Basically the same thing. They're just gigantic. But I gotta take a whiz. I'll be back in 30 seconds.
No
So
problem.
unprofessional of me.
Unbelievable. So while he's gone, let me mention Uzark, guys. Please. You can hear him. He feels a lot better. Um, please support, please send the emails, protect us all as a whole, contacting the congressman in New York about this ban. This ban to ship reptiles locally will affect lots of breeders, but it can essentially affect us all as a whole. Um, Unfortunately, New York is a trendsetter, and if they start that trend, it could jeopardize the reptile community as a whole. Once all these other states start jumping in and saying, "Oh, we're going to ban shipment of live animals as well." Um, it doesn't take much time. You go right onto Uzark. They have a template, cut and paste, go on Google agricultural councilman. You'll have a whole list. Pick 1, pick 2, pick 10. And then send the email, put your own twist to it, copy that, save it to your clipboard, and send it to as many people as you'd like to, because it is jeopardizing to the community as a whole.
Yeah, people. I mean, that's something you and I were talking about in the green room before we actually came in live. Is and we're not going to get into the drama of the community. We're not going to do it. But right now, at this moment, we are to an extent divided at a time that we should be together. Because I promise you, as a government employee, I'm telling you now, if you want to fight against a government entity or legislature of any sort, that's a hard fight. And I promise it's above your weight class. It's above your weight class as an individual, but together we can make, I know it's cliche, but together we really can make a difference. I'm a U.S. Arc Bronze member, a huge supporter, always have been. I love wildlife conservation first. I'll be out of the Army in just a couple months. And aside from the ball pythons, I'm going to breed stuff that is on the threatened and endangered list for re-release into the wild for off my own dollar. No government funded nothing here. That's just because I love the animals. And those guys just don't know the stuff that we know. You know, it's okay to be ignorant. It's not okay to be stupid. They're just ignorant. And we have to show them that we're not stupid and we can do this and police ourselves and take care of each other. And that's important.
Oh, yeah.
I did sign the
100%.
petition. I signed the petition.
Yeah.
No shipping in New York. I was like, the fuck?
It's just so crazy. You know, I mean, I think that it's gonna bring light to it, because out of all the animals that are shipped in and out of New York, the reptile community does it. We set the standard. Like, if anything, the fish community and the coral community. What's that? What was that doorbell? It sounded like a doorbell. I don't have a doorbell in my house.
No, it wasn't nothing over here.
My son's Roblox. The reptile community sets the standard. I mean, there's guidelines for packing. There's guidelines for everything about packing. Your type of heat pad, what size box you have. Everything's next day delivery. It's not like fish. Like, I ordered fish, and they were like, "Oh, well, you know, it's shipped out. It'll be there in a couple days." I was like, "Really? A couple days? Oh, it's fine." And then, of course, it was like, you know, $150 worth of Plecos, 3 Plecos for $150, and they were dead on arrival.
That's fun.
You know,
That's
it's this is the type of shit that, if anything, they should standardize shipping animals and really go by the guidelines we go through, because there are mishaps, but I feel like that the way we ship animals is more of a realistic way to transport them.
I 100% agree. I use Reptiles to You. I met Debbie a few years ago. Guys, Debbie's a woman who runs Reptiles to You. I met her a few years ago at a show when I was stationed at Fort Bragg, North Carolina. Awesome lady. If I ever have an issue, like when COVID hit, I went and dropped off. Like, oh my God, this never happened to me before. And I was tripping, dude. I go to FedEx at the normal time I get there to drop off like 4 animals. They were all over $1,000 each animal.
Oh,
and
God.
It was like the COVID time, but we got like the thumbs up to ship. And I got to FedEx and they closed a half hour early to disinfect the building. And I was losing my mind. I was like, oh my God, I've never done this before. And then I tried to drive to like 3 other FedEx. They were all closed.
Oh
And
no.
I hit up Debbie and I was like, Debbie, what do I do, Debbie? In just a couple, she's like, listen, those labels are good for like 30 days, dude. You can just go drop them off tomorrow, a half hour earlier than normal. And I was
Yeah.
like, thank you. Like, and I told the guys, and they were cool with it, and everything was solid. But I really like reptiles.
Debbie's
to
a
you.
sweetheart.
Reptiles to you. I love Debbie. She is the real MVP. She comes through 10 out of 10 times. But if you go on their website, the whole standard for shipping is there. Like, it's literally right there. Everything you have to do for everything.
Oh yeah,
It's
and it
perfect.
warns you.
I don't know.
It warns you that you better follow these guidelines.
Yeah, like, we will not have your back if you do this wrong. Period.
Yeah.
And it's
Debbie's cool as hell, man.
because, like you were saying, like,
keep going. Sorry.
no, I was just gonna say, like, it's wild, like you were saying. In the fish and coral world, I know that there are pieces of coral that go for like $6,000 for a 1/4 inch coral.
Yeah.
So to lose that, I couldn't.
I was into Milliporas, and that was like my thing. Was the Millipora SPS coral, and I had a package get lost, and it didn't show up till like 4 days later. And thankfully, everything was alive. It was like I want to say it was like end of summer, fall area, so it wasn't too hot, wasn't too cold, and the corals had a bunch of slime on them. But you know, they after they were quarantined, they it all worked out, thankfully.
Thank goodness.
But Debbie's cool as shit, because so I did a reptile. So I did a shipment earlier this year. It was like my first reptile shipment since I moved upstate. I didn't have to. I was selling everything at shows, so I wasn't really worried about shipping animals. And it was like, I want to say it was like 4:30, and I did the label. I paid for everything, and I couldn't print the label. And I was like freaking the fuck out. So I'm like, oh my God, they're going to be closed. I need this label.
That happened to me too, man.
I was bugging out, and because I was like, fuck, man, like we've been waiting to ship these animals for like a cooler night. And, because it was a gecko, and the geckos are a lot harder to ship than ball pythons, because they cook real easy. It's not like ball python. I mean, ball pythons cook too.
Yeah.
Heat's more dangerous than cold, but they're so vulnerable to heat.
Yeah, but they're hardy.
The New Caledonians, I mean, if their temperature hits 85 degrees, and they're done, they flip right over. And Deb's like, oh, don't worry.
Those from New Caledonias.
Yeah, I actually had a really bad thing, and a lesson was learned. Unfortunately, the animal didn't make it, because I sold this beautiful red Halloween crescent gecko to someone, and it was a holdback. It was an animal I didn't even want to sell. And it was the week that I got trash talked about a video I did on a bioactive build, that my kids were like running around and making noise in the background. And the viewer wrote,
oh no,
this video,
you have kids.
I have kids, yep. And they said, they commented on the video, you should tell your kids to shut up, or you should record while they're asleep, because I would have actually watched this video if I didn't have to hear the annoying sound of your children. And and everybody kind of like freaked out, and it was awesome because the community that follows me actually like started just trolling this girl, you know. So when I met this guy up
Yeah,
to sell the
hell
gecko,
yeah.
it's great when we work as a team, you know. So I met up with this dude Oni
Yeah,
with a gecko,
right?
and Oni starts talking and talking and talking and talking, and it's like 90 degrees outside. By the time he got to his car, he was holding the gecko in his hand the whole time. He got to the car, the fucking thing died. And
Oh my god.
we were only outside for 10 minutes. 10 minutes in a deli cup with holes. And that was it. So this holdback that didn't want to sell from the start,
Yep.
I ended up having to turn around and pick up the dead gecko and give him his money back.
Damn.
So
That
I learned.
sucks, dude.
Oh, it was tough, man. It was definitely like it was definitely a lesson learned, and I'll never make that mistake again. You know, like now, if it's hot, it's
Yeah.
gonna definitely be like you know, what's your is your is your AC on? You know, and then pass the thing to the car,
Oh yeah,
and then
yeah.
that's it. You know, um,
Atypical says I'm frozen. I'm
you're a little
gonna
choppy.
try and turn my camera off and turn it back on real quick. Better? Same?
It's still
Good,
you're a
bad?
little choppy. It's
Still
not hard.
sucks?
It hasn't done it yet. You're 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 it's like subtitles. Your words don't line up to your lips.
Oh, I love that. But it was good, right?
What'd you say? And now it's starting to get a little laggy.
Damn it! I asked if the audio was good.
That time it was.
You want me to hop out and hop back in?
Yeah,
Okay.
maybe
Yeah,
try
you want
that.
me to hop out and all right, I'll hop out, hop back in real quick.
Technical difficulties. Thankfully, ever since I got this mesh routing system for my house, I I have internet. I have Wi-Fi 10 houses up from me. It's crazy. And actually, this today when I left my house, I had Wi-Fi when I made a turn and made another turn and went around the whole block. Still had Wi-Fi. But another thing to talk about while we wait for Brandon to get back is the Reptile Relief Fund 101. If you are on Facebook, you may have been invited to that page already. It's taken in donations via PayPal to go towards people in the reptile compute community that are dealing with this fucking ice age. I can't believe what is going on in Texas. All right, let's see.
I also can't believe what's going on in this.
Yeah, I mean, I thought Al Gore said we had global warming.
Oh yeah, it had the opposite effect this time. On one of the warmest places ever.
I know. I mean,
Is the
it's just scary.
Oh yeah, I agree. All right, I guess it's just gonna be laggy the whole time, 100%. Yeah, so I am like 20 minutes from the Texas border and about 90 minutes from Wichita Falls, which is the closest Texas city to me. And I still can't leave my house. Like, there's too much snow in the driveway. I can't get my car out of the garage. Um, it's really cold. But I can't see the road still.
Even
And I haven't left my house in a week. I haven't even gone to
holy
work.
shit.
And I'm just on the Texas border. But I have power and water. So I'm good there. But man, my homegirl Anna from AK Morphs, she she's taken a few people, um, and there are some people I've seen some photos like that are bad, man, real bad.
It's so crazy because I mean it couldn't be it's these this is a state that's just not designed. It doesn't have the infrastructure for something like this. So for it to be as bad
Correct.
as it is, I mean that's just it's just a living nightmare for everybody out there.
Yeah, we here in Oklahoma, we don't have snowplow trucks, salt trucks, de-icer trucks for the roads, and if the news even predicts snow, they shut the state down just because they don't have the. I mean, it gets cold and we get ice storms because the wind literally never stops here. Like, I mean, literally. Like, people don't get sunburn, they get windburn. It sucks. But if the weather predicts snow, the state shuts down. Simple as that, dude. They're not about the cold, man.
And you're from PA. You said you lived in PA. I would think that at least your driveway would be shoveled.
Oh yeah, I grew up I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The snow there is serious, but when I say the snow is so high, it's higher than my dogs. Like,
Holy cow.
I would have to jump off my roof into the snow and start to tunnel my way out to. I mean, it's not like that anymore. That was the first and second day. We were just straight snowed in. It snowed like 2 feet the first day, and then it froze over, and then it snowed more that night. And
Right now you're frozen like this.
roof from my house to the ground, like a lagtite.
We lost like the last
When
20
I
seconds.
frozen in a funny.
Yeah, you were frozen like this.
Oh, that's damn it! Cold and there's snow. That's it. That's pretty much it. But so to stay on snakes, where are you trying to take your desert ghost stuff? Are you just trying to keep it in hypo, or are you trying to take it to other places?
Well, I mean, right now the main project will be Desert Ghost Pied. I want to isolate out the banana. I think that I think this setup with female banana pied het desert ghosts will be a very marketable animal. So hopefully the odds gods are on my side
Oh,
and I can produce
that's
a large
huge.
amount of them. Right?
Yeah,
And then
that's insane.
That'll be a very marketable animal. Plus, if I do get 2 from the cinnamon head pied, if I hit cinnamon banana pied het desert ghost, another animal. I want to grow out the project, but I also want to isolate the desert ghosts without banana because I don't want everything to be banana.
Yeah, of
And
course.
my goal, the goal will be is to try to hit the double recessive in multiple projects. So like I have over 30 females in my clown hypo project. So it's inevitable that I'll be hitting a bunch. That's like my
Damn, that's what's up.
bread and butter. My pied hypo project
Yeah.
is another big one. So the whole idea is to produce these double recessives and then kind of stack them to intertwine them so that hopefully I can go with one visual on a recessive and then double het with 2 other recessives and work towards triple recessive animals. Oh man. Now you look like you
And so you are mixing codoms in as you go, right?
yeah. So I keep on adding, but I do so like right now we're a single income house and unfortunately I lost my job as soon as COVID hit. And I just haven't been successful with finding a job in the work I do. I'm a chief engineer at hotels.
Okay.
Unfortunately, due to COVID, that's one of the first jobs that they got rid of. There's very few hotels that even have a chief engineer right now nationally, because it's a top dollar job and they're just pretty much everyone, with all these state requirements, especially in New York, where I think they're only allowed to have like 40% occupancy. They're going to have to get rid of the higher salary employees. And every opportunity I've found for a new job is like a fraction of the money I've made in the past. And it just wouldn't be enough to provide for for a family of 5 single income.
Yeah.
But as a breeder, I also like the most expensive snake I've ever bought was $1,500, and I bought 2 of them, and that's the most. I'm a long road guy. I am 6 years in, going on 7, and I'm taking it where I'm getting the genes and I'm mixing them together and I'm holding back what I want, and you know it's always a 3 to 5 year timer. Okay, here's a hatchling, 3 to 5 years, 3 to 5 years.
Oh,
But I
always.
did add some so my clown hypo. I I needed Orange Dream. I needed Orange Dream in that project, in the clown hypo project. So I picked up this beauty. It's a super pastel Orange Dream het clown.
Oh, that's really clean.
Yeah, this was produced by VIP Morphs. And I
Oh,
mean,
he was in the chat. Oh, yeah.
beautiful animal.
Oh, very pretty.
So by the time she's an adult, hopefully I'll have a double visual clown hypo, and then I can breed it to that to produce the clown het hypo.
Oh, yeah. Let me see. Where is...
I also added this girl, but once again, it's 2 to 5 years. This is another Vinnie Meyer snake. So this is
VIP
a
horse.
VIP morphs. Yeah, it's a firefly leopard heck clown, and
I love that.
it'll be the same idea, you know. Introduce the morph that way, and then continue the long wait, you know.
Oh, I feel that. I picked up this girl couple, like 2 months ago, maybe, from my friend Tegan at Victoria Serpents. This is a fire leopard Mojave female that's double het clown pied.
Really, there's no
This
black
girl is
pastel in that.
no, dude. So fire leopard Mojave with the het pied influence will do this to the alien heads. Just tracks them along like that.
Yeah, it's like chain link.
Yep, I'm surprised she let it go, but I gave her some monies. Yeah. I got
She got some monies.
she got some monies for that, and her and I work good deals. She's a pretty solid friend of mine. So when it comes to DG stuff, because she also works the DG and the Monarch hard like I do. So that's her. All her snakes are investment snakes. She doesn't have cheap snakes. She did it right the first time. She's smart. I agree. Morph minded. His passion is astounding,
I
and that's why we're
appreciate
all
that.
here. That's why we're all here, man. I tell people making money's cool, but making cool snakes is cooler.
Yeah.
Like,
I look forward to hopefully making money one day, you know. But I gotta say, like the day of age that we live in, right? With being able to have the world in your hand and
yeah,
a fucking 8K camera to your disposal, you know.
yeah,
The video documentation of your growth as a reptile breeder, if you invest the time into doing it, like I have videos of like Jenny when she was like 3 years old holding snakes, and you know, it's awesome. It's
that's
awesome.
awesome.
It gives you that motivation, you know. I hope one day,
Oh, yeah,
hopefully one day, you know, I know one day it will not, I won't say hopefully, one day I can actually, like right now, I'm holding back all the badass shit that I actually produce. And I get a lot of shit for it. I'm called a snake
Yeah.
hoarder. But,
Me too.
you know, the reality of it is so I made so my first year breeding, I sold every snake. My second year breeding, I sold every snake. I didn't hold back one snake the first 2 years I produced.
Neither did I. Yeah, neither did
Now,
I.
right? It was like, I mean, I think I've learned little things. Like I was doing expos, so I was able to get a spot at the
Yeah.
White Plains Reptile Expo. My first try, I got a permanent spot, which is like unheard of, and somehow I did.
Yeah.
You gotta have, you gotta, you gotta have, you got,
Yep.
you gotta have product, you know. So it'd be one thing if I was producing, like right now, I produce anywhere from 200 to 300 crested geckos a year. So I have product from my table. I could keep every fucking snake I produce, you know.
Yeah.
But I still have, like, I have 30 snakes for sale right now. I'm not that much of a hoarder. I didn't sell a pied this year, but I only produced 7. I get so much
Yeah,
heat for
I am a
for the.
hoarder. I have
I'm listening. You are a hoarder.
I have like 3 snakes. Yeah, I have 3 snakes for sale. Um, and I could post up quite a number, but I hold back like almost everything because all my stuff is head or double head. What's up, TJ?
What's up, big guy? They just did a live. Him and my son did like a 2-hour live stream today. It was fucking awesome.
I have a live with him on Sunday.
I
And
heard.
we're probably going to talk anime for a long time.
Oh, he's all about anime.
Yeah.
So this is a snake I get so much heat for because everybody
My
wants to buy
Hero. Oh,
My Hero Academia, man. I fucking love that show. I'm so happy that they're recording again.
hell
So
yeah.
this snake,
Same. Tell me about this pied.
so this pied is a pastel pied, 100% het orange ghost, 50% possible het albino. And I don't know if it has anything else in it,
Nice.
but this snake, like even today, I posted it, and then Black Tie Royals hit me up. It was like, "Oh, Saz wants that snake. Is it for sale?" Nick from Nivial Exotics has been ripping on me about because I won't sell him this snake for the longest. But that's one of those snakes I had to work hard for. You know, you ever have those, those clutches that you really worked hard for. So
Oh,
of
yeah.
course,
Yeah.
I bought a pastel orange ghost het pied in 2017, and then I bred it, and I got a pastel pied, 2 pastel pieds, 1 pied, all 100% het orange ghost. One of the pastels died coming out of the egg.
Damn.
I ended up getting 2 females because, of course, I didn't get the male I needed to breed back to mom.
Yeah.
I needed the money. I sold the pied, which is my number 1 seller's remorse animal because I'd be breeding that pied het
Yeah.
orange ghost this year. And then in 2019, she absorbed her eggs. So
Damn,
last
man.
year, yeah, it's like the odds gods are fucked up, man. I mean, I think that's what makes you and breaks you. I think that's why a lot of people come in hot and they jump in and they buy all this stuff, and then they realize in a year they're not making any money back, and they're putting out even more money than they did originally. And then the
Yeah.
bad shit happens. And that separates, the fighters with the quitters,
Yeah.
But this year,
If you just quit, you'll never make it.
no, definitely not. I mean, it's a marathon.
Yes.
I kept with the marathon, and last year I got all 4. I got 4 pastel pieds out of that clutch, but this time I bred the pied het albino to it, and I lucked out, man. I got 1.4. I got my male, and then I got 3 badass
Nice.
females. That's one of them. Yeah.
Yes.
So it shows, like consistency will win. It's just it may take 1 year, it may take 3 years, it may take 5.
Yeah. I
To your
mean,
hypo
when I look at a project or a gene in general, my first thought is, can I see myself working that mutation for at a minimum 10 years? If the answer is no, I don't buy it. Simple as that. because why would I waste my money and my time pursuing something that I'm passionate about when it won't last me even a decade? In a decade, not an elderly man. I'm only 30, right? I'm still a pretty young man, but I'm old enough to know 10 years goes by like that. It's
Oh yeah.
quick.
And if you
And
have kids, it goes
and
by even faster.
yeah, those are on the way, and they're coming. I don't
You
even
got
want to
kids
talk about
coming?
it, but they're coming. They're not
Oh
mine.
shit.
They're not
Yeah,
mine. I am seeing a girl that has 2 kids. My parents left when I was really young, and I dropped out of school, got my GED. I got 3 jobs, and I took care of me and my younger sisters. So when
oh
I was
shit.
like 18, 19, I enlisted in the army, and I was like, I don't want to be a dad. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Too much, especially with 2 girls. All right, that's enough. Now, the girl I'm seeing has 2 daughters. And so here we go again.
Round 2.
Round 2, fight.
Yeah,
Oh,
well,
for those of you
that
Mortal Kombat fans, they released the trailer for the movie today. Go check
looks
it
fucking
out.
awesome.
Not sponsored. Yeah,
Yeah, it looks good.
yeah.
It looks really good. I was
It was
surprised that
fantastic.
Kano was it? Is it Kano, the guy with the eye? It seems like he's a good guy in it.
Yeah, he was. His character was very accurate. Buckeye, yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. I'm not a big fan of kids, but hey, everyone comes with baggage, even so. It's all
Yeah,
good.
but kids are fun, man. I gotta say,
Ashley,
I always wanted kids, and I think if my kids saved my life, I would say, because I wasn't happy with my life, and I never felt complete until I heard my son cry for the first time. So, it
hell
comes with
yeah.
luggage. It comes with luggage. My kids drive me fucking nuts. They're smart. They're
That's what
manipulative.
everyone says.
There's you gotta take the good with the bad and the bad and the bad. But there is a lot of good in there. Just there's a lot of
Ah,
bad and a bad and a bad. What's going on, Troy? Yeah, Chad has like
one of my
9
best
kids,
friends,
right?
Troy. Oh,
He's a
I
good.
don't know. It's for me. It's more like I just really like my time, and not only that, I have a lot of issues from war, I guess, that give me a short fuse. So I just bought this book called. This is how committed I am to this woman and these damn kids. I bought a book called Parenting with PT, and I am going to read that book cover to cover more than once and just try to apply the good parenting techniques so I don't lose my shit all the time. I'm sure I will sometimes, but
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean,
Buckeye.
yeah, I mean, it takes a little bit. It took about 11 years before I got good labor out of my oldest, but I gotta say, it was like a tag team. It was like my wife tagged my son in, and now my son took a lot of her work away, which I'm sure she's really happy about because
That's awesome.
I don't think I don't think she's touched snake shit in like at least 6 months. I mean, yeah, she's lucky.
Ah, So no one lives in your house for free either, then.
No, nobody. No, Jenny and Mario still live for free. It's more like I'm paying them to live here because they're expensive. But speaking about military, so let's talk about my trip to Virginia. So
yeah, send it.
so my buddy is a combat combat veteran that unfortunately was forced into he was disabled because of a horrible injury in Iraq. Unfortunately, a grenade exploded behind him and severed his spine. So he was forced into retirement. He's a Army Ranger sniper. He was a medic, and he sacrificed 11 years of his life for our freedom, which I'm extremely grateful for. And he has been begging to build me a firearm because that's what he does for fun now is builds firearms. And
Nice.
he was like, "You should bring your son down." Put me on speaker. I put him on speaker. He's like, "Hey, Junior, you want to shoot a machine gun?" And Junior is like, "Oh, hell yeah, I want to shoot a machine gun." You know?
Yeah.
And so I was able to come up with the money and payments and the safe because as a parent, you know, you have to take all precautions.
Yes.
So a big part of because my firearms, I had firearms that were originally for home defense, and they were home defense weapons before I had children. Once I had children, they turned into paperweights because I had trigger locks, I had bag locks, I never got the safe.
Oh,
The
yeah.
ammo was in another safe locked up. So, you know, my throwing axes were my home defense.
I have
Those
Tomahawk. Yeah.
Yeah, I love tomahawks, and I had a perfect setup. Someone breaks into the house, I had two of them that would sleep under my pillow. So if they come
Yeah.
into my house, I would throw one to them because New York is equal force, right? So my master
Mm-hmm.
plan was to throw a tomahawk at them, and as soon as they catch it, I'd slam one in their forehead.
That makes good sense. I have the Tomahawk for down the hallway, one in each room, and then I have do you know if you get a flat, it's like you put it you can pull the nail out of your tire and you use it to clean the hole in the nail.
Yeah.
I keep one of those by my front door in case I gotta shiv somebody up.
That's
And then
that's an ice pick of death.
yes. And then I literally, and I do it all the time, and I'm so bad about it, I need to stop. But I keep my gun on my nightstand next to my bed, pointed in the direction of the door to my bedroom, and I will wake up in the middle of the night with like my hands on it, and I need to be like, oh, all the time.
Oh shit!
It's so bad. Safety's on. So
Racked?
but yeah.
Safety on, but racked.
Oh yeah, no, it's red. There's one in the chamber,
No.
absolutely.
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, I keep it on red
See,
always.
so that's something that unfortunately is frowned upon with children. And
I know I'm gonna have to change that habit.
So, you know, me and Josh talked, and our big thing was I need a biometric safe because if he's going to build me a home defense weapon, you want to get to it under 5 seconds, and
yeah,
you know, in a biometric safe, I can keep it loaded and hot, and I know that I'm the only person that's going to get to it. You know, hopefully my children don't kill me in my sleep and cut my fingers off to get to my firearms. But
oh, that's
yeah. Especially that they can pick and choose a finger too, because I programmed all 10 fingers 3 times. because my safe can hold like 80 fingerprints.
Oh, damn.
But I do live in a rough neighborhood, and
Mm-hmm.
I just, I wanted a home defense weapon, and just like I said, like, yeah, my Mossberg Model 88 was designed as a home defense weapon, but it
Yes.
wasn't because it was fully disabled because I would never be able to get to it in the time of action.
Yeah.
So we did a trip to Virginia to get our horrible modified. The gun is beautiful and it's built perfect, and Josh built it incredible. But the New York Safe Act is ridiculous, and at the shooting range in Virginia, people were laughing at my gun, but like the stupid stock with the hole, and I mean, I can't even have like anything on the front. I can only have a thread protector, and
Yeah.
but he designed it nice, and we went with a nice reflex scope, so it shoots accurately at 600 feet and 600 yards, and
Or,
it's
yeah.
it's perfect for what I need it to do. But we went down there, and the weapon I wanted to shoot the most was the M16 lower with the AR upper, and it's hard to get 22 rounds right now because of COVID and all the shit going
Yeah.
on. But it was really cool shooting the fully automatic weapon. And then
Yeah,
everything
dude.
he has, and then my camera actually, I never used the super slow mo on my blogging camera. I got a DJI Pocket 2. So we
Mm-hmm.
did it, and I mean the way that it looks with the shells spinning, like just
Dude.
like
Yeah.
so fucking cool. So we were
That
able to
shit is
shoot
dope.
that. He has a full, like, every cool thing added to the good old Ruger 1022 with the integrated suppressor on it, integrated suppressor barrel,
Yep.
folding stock, and you know that was a cool firearm to shoot off. The good old AK. I never shot an AK before, and
Yeah,
his
I have an
AR.
AK. I love my AK.
Yeah, it's a cool gun. I mean, it's kind of like it's like the muscle car of those firearms. It's so everything about it is
The
so like
Yeah,
awesome.
I know. It's built to last. Like in Afghanistan, dudes will like pick up dig AKs out of the ground that have been buried there for 30 years, and they can still fight with them. The AK is just made to last, man.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched videos on that of like the sand tests and the water tests and the mud tests where they like literally
Yep.
fucking bury these guns and just jump on them and try to beat the living shit out of them and try to get them to actually
They'll shoot.
mess up, and they don't. Um, yeah, so the AK was cool because it is a violent round, like that the sound of it. I mean, and then it's bulkier.
Yes.
And, you're holding it tight, and it's just like, bah! You're like, I went full Deadpool, and I shot it, and then I inhaled the smoke coming out of the chamber after. I fucking loved it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then I
Yeah, that's the
screamed
good
America.
shit.
I was like, America!
Fuck yeah.
and and
Oh
then the
man, thank you,
sniper,
Snooty Snakes. Appreciate that.
the sniper rifle was just fucking cool because the shooting range we were at was like, I want to say it was like 300 yards, 400 yards, and I shot the sniper rifle at
Yeah.
a stone the size of a softball, and you can see this. You can see the stone just literally just fucking pick apart when the round hit it. It was such a smoother
Oh yeah,
shooting
dude.
weapon, and I wasn't expecting. Because it's funny because there's so much brute force. So the camera, so that video I posted of my son shooting it, that wasn't any special
Mhm.
effect that made it that shockwave shake the camera. That was just all muscle
Yeah.
from that gun that did that. But
So what sniper rifle were you shooting?
so I don't know much about guns, so I'm not sure.
Oh man. Okay, so the blast that makes the camera shake, that's the expenditure. It comes from the muzzle. I'm an artillery guy, so I shoot cannons, and we call
Oh shit!
the area in front of the muzzle of the cannon danger area echo. You cannot stand there. I stood too close one time, and it tinged my nose, and my
Oh
nose
my
started to
god!
bleed. But for guns with large caliber rounds, that concussion wave is pretty serious. The Dishka, which and it's the Russian version of the 50 cal. I've been shot at with this machine gun, and this kind of machine gun that can shoot you by like 18 inches and still rip your arm off because the velocity of the bullet, and it can also cut like a building in half. Yeah, Conjure knows. Shit will mess you up bad. That danger area echo, yeah, that shit'll mess you up bad. It'll literally scramble your guts. Like the concussion
Oh,
will scramble your insides. Conjuring also shoots cannons.
I was hoping that he didn't get rid of Josh. Josh had he had a grenade launcher, but all the stuff you have to
Oh hell
do,
yeah!
all the stuff you have to provide for the ATF, um, to keep it was just getting out of control. Trying to find the name of the gun. So he was just like, you know what? It was cool when he had it, because he had it with like the chalk shells. So he said that it
Oh
was
yeah, chalk. Yeah, chalk rounds.
he said that it was awesome, but it was just way too much. It was just way too much to worth it for the headache with the ATF to actually have it. So he has a Ruger precision rifle in 308 by 762 by 51 with a Vortex Viper PST
Okay.
2.5 by 10 YHM Quad SS muzzle brake with a YHM QD SS Phantom suppressor.
Oh
And
shit. So I'm personally not a fan of a can. Called there's a everything has what's called a harmonic. So like if you take a fork and hold it with two fingers on the tip and tap it off of a kitchen counter, it vibrates, right? Everything has a harmonic. So if you put too many attachments on your weapon, it actually can throw off the harmonic and make it less accurate. And then you have to adjust attachments just to get that accuracy back. So I don't prefer the suppressor, but everything else on it's fucking badass.
Josh got a thing for suppressors. He was explaining to me that to have a suppressor in the United States, you need a federal stamp on them, which is $200 alone on top of the suppressor. And most people, that's why most people have like
Yeah.
one, and then they just interchange them. I mean, he must have had like 6 of them. Fucking awesome. These little 22s with a suppressor on.
God damn.
He had this really
Oh
cool
yeah,
gun that
that's
I want.
to be.
I don't know if you froze it. You freeze up.
No, you're good. You go ahead.
Oh,
No, I was waiting
he
for
had,
you to
he,
talk.
he had this. Yeah, he had this really small mini
Oh, no.
22
Oh yeah, okay.
that broke. It broke like a double barrel shotgun, and you just slip one round in, and then it fucking presses it in, and then shoot your round, and then it breaks, and then you pull your round out, and it was like so cool. I'm like, I want that in my
Damn,
life.
that's fucking wild. I've seen that in a 22. Never seen that like a 22 before. Crazy. The 22 is really the only gun that I would ever like put a suppressor on though, because to be honest, and that's why I hate people who call them silencers. They don't silence your gun. You still hear it fire. But on a 22, it's pretty damn silent. That's about as close as you can get to a real silent weapon.
And I was shooting. We were shooting subsonic rounds out of it. So,
oh
yeah, the ricochet was louder than the shot.
yeah,
Fucking crazy. Like,
damn, that's fucking badass.
But it was a
yeah,
nice
dude,
trip
I
to
have
see, Josh. Oh, you have a.
I have an for sniper rifles. I have an SVD Dragunov. Shoots the same round as the AK, but so much quieter. Bolt action. When you said you hit that stone at 600 yards, with my scope on that bad boy, that stone would be like in my face. Like there's no way I could miss that thing. Fucking love that sniper rifle, dude. Love
Yeah,
it.
that's how this was. I mean, it was like almost unfair shooting the stone because the stone looked like it was the size of like a beach ball when I was shooting it with the
Yeah.
scope he had on it.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, dude.
I need to get out of New York. That's one thing because the laws are just crazy. Like I can only have 10-round magazines, and now that everybody wants guns, it's like so hard to even find a 5.56 10-round mag.
Oh, I know.
And then let alone like I tried getting ammo, and like the store was like they don't even sell it because they can't buy it unless they buy it from a regular store, online
Yeah.
store, and then they're gonna add $1 to it, so it's gonna cost people $2 a round.
Yeah, I know. I just
So
had
they
this talk with my grandfather. He said pre-COVID he went and bought some 9 mil for his Glock, and now this is in Pennsylvania. It's a Commonwealth state. Ammo's pretty cheap. He said it was like, oh damn, 50 or $12.50 for a box of 50, and now it's $55 for a box of 50, which is ridiculous.
yeah.
You went from cents per round, cents, because the 9 millimeter is the most universal military type ballistic piece of ammunition. It's so produced, it should be the cheapest with the 22, as far as, with the 22 as far as money goes. And now it's $1.10 a round. Fuck out of here.
I paid $6.50 for 5 number 4 slugs.
Oh,
Number 4 shotgun rounds. Yeah, home defense rounds.
shit.
$650 for 5.
That hurts.
Yeah,
My heart.
I mean,
Damn.
thankfully my gun doesn't hold so many, so at least
Oh, yeah.
it's ready to go. And I hope that if I had to use it, I hope that 1 round is enough, you know. But
Yeah.
it was nice going to Virginia. I made it a 2-day trip, and what I did was I drove to Oaks, PA, and went to the Reptile Expo in Oaks, PA. On the way to Virginia, hung out. I met so many cool people. I met R&B reptiles. I met
Oh, I
Grab Your
love Ryan and
Balls.
Ben. Ryan and Ben are
Ryan
good
and
buddies of
Ben.
mine.
I saw Ben and I was like, I double checked myself and I'm like, wait a minute, is that who I think it is? And I'm like, I I've made the mistake of asking people if there's someone who they're definitely not too many times in my life to the point where now
So
I
have
won't
I.
do it. You
Yeah.
know? So but once I saw Ryan with him, then I was like, I saw them both together and I saw that signature beard. I was like, oh fuck, I know who
Yep.
you are. I was like, holy shit. So it was
Yep.
I was like fanboy with them, you know, because I don't know. They were just such genuine people. It was great talking to them. I got to talk to them for quite a bit. And then I met Jose Grab Your Balls where we live close to each other, but due to COVID and due to my health conditions, I've been hiding from the city. I've been keeping my distance.
Yeah.
COVID kills my kind, fat, so overweight, high blood pressure, diabetic people. So
So it's statistically, yeah, you're right, because a lot of the dudes that I work with, we're in the army, we're pretty physically fit. The guy that I specifically work for, his name's Aaron Smith, is very physically fit. Like the gym is his hobby. He got COVID, and the only reason he knew is because he ate lunch and couldn't taste it and was like, oh shit. And then went and sprayed in cologne in his face and couldn't smell it. He said
oh
if it
fuck.
wasn't for that, he would have never known he had it. He said he couldn't even tell. But
Have
on
you
the
ever
opposite side of the spectrum, people that are older and overweight are getting hit hard.
Oh yeah. Do you know the home COVID test?
No, it's the home COVID test.
All right, it's really simple actually. So what you do
Yeah.
is you got your 2 thumbs, right?
Okay.
You put 1 thumb in your mouth, you put
Okay.
your other thumb in your ass,
Uh
and then you
huh.
switch. If it
Oh,
doesn't
and
taste like shit, then you got
yeah,
COVID.
that makes
That's
so
the
much sense.
that's the
God
home
damn.
COVID test. It's free and efficient.
You guys heard it here first. you know, people in the army will try to get kicked out because they're scared to deploy. And one of the old school tricks to getting kicked out when you're scared to deploy is you'll go to this place. They call it behavioral health or SUD-C. It's like a psychologist basically. And what people will do is, fuck, they'll take chocolate peanut butter, lift their shop and smear it all over their bottom of their back, and walk into their therapist's office and act like they're digging their hand in their ass and scooping their shit out and just going like, "Bleh."
Oh my god.
And that's an old school way to get kicked out of the army when you're too scared to go to war.
Oh my god. I
Oh,
mean,
yep.
there's got to be this definitely qualifies if someone actually is doing that. They shouldn't have a firearm.
Oh, 100%. Oh
But
man, yeah, that's
so
funny as shit.
the trip to Virginia was awesome because I grew up with Josh. Josh, me and him were like nemesises when we were young. We
Yeah,
fought so many
rivals.
times. Yeah, we fought so many times. One time, the school actually tried pressing charges on me because the outcome of our fight was he had a half a golf ball on the side of his head because he had such a big hematoma from when I cracked him in the head. Um, but irony now, even with all of his injuries, he will rip my fucking arms off my body, I'm sure. But it was
Oh
nice to
yeah,
see
dude.
him, you know. It was nice to see him. He's still down to earth even with everything he's experienced. And it really made me appreciate what we call freedom because to see someone sacrifice so much for this country um and have the scar tissue forever.
Yeah.
um it was a tough part. That was a hard part about the visit, to see him
Yeah.
in pain because he's in constant pain. He is, you know, he, he was actually he was hit by an RPG twice and was also walking on foot when in a convoy where the truck in front of him hit IED.
Yeah.
So he has I mean, just so much damage, and it was good to see him. It was good to see him in his prime. We went to the shooting range, and he was, this, what's the word? Because there was a lot of cadets at shooting, and he was like
Like a marksman
calling them.
instructor.
Well, he was like a marksman. He was like, I mean, when you have a guy in full camo fatigue going, "Hey, you want to shoot a machine gun?" Pretty easy question
Yeah.
to answer, you
Hell
know.
yeah.
And it was nice to see him in his prime, and it was nice
Yeah.
to see him be there. Like his instructions with my son was so like it was awesome. It was nice to see him doing something he loves, you know. And
Oh,
I'm so
100%.
glad I did the trip. I'm so glad. It was a fucked up trip. I drove 21 hours in 42 hours. We
Jesus.
left at 6 a.m. and got home 2 a.m. some Monday morning. But
Damn.
I would do it again in a heartbeat just to hang out with Josh for fucking 12 hours. So
Hell
kudos to
yeah, dude. I feel his pain, man. I've been in the army for 10 and a half years. Um, 8 of those 10 and a half years I spent as a paratrooper. I was in the 82nd Airborne and the 173rd Airborne. Um, and I broke my back on a jump. And it sucked. So I deployed, came back, jumped, broke my back, hung out, went to therapy, and then I went to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and I did a lot of, oh man, I never said this out loud before. Shit. I did a lot of lying so I could stay in the army, and I tried to keep sticking it out. And Condren actually was also one of the people who really told me, like, you need to go get help. And so I started getting seen by the doctors, and I have all these pieces of scar tissue in my back and fractured pieces of spinal column, and I still have a piece of broken tailbone floating around in my ass. Um, Scar tissue in my brain from so many concussions and all this other shit. And I've been to combat, made it back, fine and dandy. Just being a damn paratrooper and being a strong paratrooper, not a smart paratrooper. And now I'm getting medically retired from the Army as well, and I should be out here in about 2 months. But I was talking to Troy Schroeder down there on the phone, about how bad it hurts every day physically to get down and get the bottom 3 rows of the tubs out from my racks. And he's like, yeah, I use the snake hook. So I've been using the snake hook.
Yeah, like
So
hots, opening hots, slide it
yeah,
out, grab it.
yeah. So I got 2 snake hooks. I do want to get the the square. You know what I'm talking about? It's a snake hook. It has a little no. It's made specifically for opening and closing tubs. Get Hooked and Venom Life makes it, and it's just literally a snake hook with a metal square on the end, and you can put it up under the tub lip
Under the
to
lip,
pull it
yeah.
open and push it shut. But yeah, the bottom 3 suck. And then I worked out, and this is how you know I have a good workout. Whenever I'm done working out, this little piece of my hair like curls up like that and sticks out. And I was doing some burpees before, like I got on with you, worked out, showered, now I'm here. And I was doing these burpees, and I have this rivet in my hip too, and it's like the bone goes through the cartilage and grinds on my hip joints. And I was like, fuck, this sucks. I'm not even old. But I hurt all the time. And the scar tissue that's in my brain is what really gets me, because I have trouble with my speech. I can't ever remember anything. Granted, I smoked a lot of pot as a teenager, so that could have something to do with my memory. And
I did a lot of that too.
yeah, right. Yeah, I was in high school, whatever. But I can't remember. I can't spell anymore, and it's like slowly I'm having to learn how to do things again, and it
Really?
sucks. I have to think really hard about the things that I say before I say them. Sometimes, some days it's like fine, and other days it's like, oh man, I'm on the spectrum, and so I'm on meds, and I go to a lot of therapy, and but there's, for guys like your buddy and me, it's like there's no fixing it. It's just living with it as best you can. But
Yeah.
I still love the ball pythons. I'm going full time. This year, I'll be full time with the ball pythons. When I get out of the army, I'm going to move to North Carolina for the laws. You're talking about leaving New York? Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
North
heading to North
Carolina is on
Carolina.
my zone. North Carolina and or Virginia. I really liked Christiansburg when I was there.
Virginia's not bad either. It's just still a little too cold for me. I want somewhere just a little warmer.
Yeah, my brother's in Salem, North Carolina,
Yeah, I know where that's at.
and like a month ago, the kids were already playing sports, and I'm like they're out there playing soccer already, and I'm like, fuck,
Yeah. So
you know.
with North Carolina, because I lived there before with when I was stationed at Fort Bragg with the 82nd Airborne. So for the animals, the only real law is if your snakes are venomous, they have to get rabies shot. Yes, Condren, thank you. Condren, I'm going to tell you right now, buddy, if it wasn't for you and the people that brought me in that room that day, I probably wouldn't even be alive here right now. That's the honest to God's truth. But to stay on topic, if your snakes are venomous or you have anything venomous, it has to get a rabies shot. That's like the
Really?
only animal restriction in North Carolina, because
Why rabies?
they can hit you with a dry bite. Like your venomous can still hit you with a dry bite, and even if it's a dry bite, they could still pass on rabies if they have it. So that's the only law as far as animals. Of course, if you own hots, your caging, your room, and stuff like that have to be up to code. But other than that, with North Carolina, if you can pass a background check, you can have a gun. The animal laws chill. And if you go to North Carolina, get as inland as possible, like as close to Tennessee as you can. because I did own a house out there that I just sold last year that was pretty close to the beach. It was 150 miles away from the beach, and I always had to repair it because of hurricanes and shit like that. But if you can get inland towards um, Tennessee, where there's the mountains
Yeah,
right there, you ain't got to worry
that's where
about that
Salem
shit.
is, right? Winston, Salem
Winston
area,
Salem is in the middle, but a little more west, a little more northwest. But
and
Winston
it's higher
Salem's pretty
elevation,
nice.
so
Yes,
it's away from flooding, which
correct.
is I mean, I, genetically I'm from a tropical island, but I don't fuck with the ocean.
So
I
I
could
was gonna
float.
ask, are you Samoan or what? You're a pretty big dude.
No, that's just because I'm a fat fuck. Um, my people are little people.
You're
So
Filipino, huh?
my mother was blonde hair, blue eyes. My mother was German and Sweden. Um,
Okay.
and my father is a off the boat 100% Filipino.
Okay, I could see the
So
Filipino in you, but you're such a big dude. I bet he's Tongan or Samoan, but he's definitely an
no,
Islander.
no, you know what, man? When my wife was pregnant with Junior, my firstborn, we had this we had this truck called Swanson's, and they used to deliver food to our house and ice
Yeah.
cream and all types of shit. And my wife would be like, "Oh, I want a strawberry ice cream," and then I would go get two, one for her, one for me, and then and then she'd be, "Oh, I want another one," and I'd get another two,
Ah.
and so we both gained like 60 pounds, and she lost it, and I gained more weight. I graduated high school and I was wrestling 112 pounds. I
Holy
was so
shit.
skinny. Um, People would joke with me and sing the Sarah McLachlan song from the ASPCA commercials because I was so skinny. Yeah,
Damn.
I wrestled, I jumped anywhere and I can make weight for 103 at 18 years old. So I would
Yeah,
wrestle
you're a
anywhere
young
from
man back then.
103 to 130. I was jumping through weight classes. And
Wow.
yeah, and now I am more than double of that weight. But I'm on a mission to skinny up and look young because I'm not that old, and everybody thinks I'm in my 40s. So I gotta lose it. I mean, my father was able to lie to my mother about his age and ended up being 20 years older than her because he looked so young. So
I'm
I
gonna
need
send
to.
you something that I used. And do you follow AK Morphs, Anna Kirby?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love Anna.
Okay, okay. I'm sure she doesn't. She won't mind me telling a story because she's a really good friend of mine. So Anna used to be over 300 pounds. Anna was big,
Holy shit.
and I mean, really. Like she showed me a picture, and I was like, "That is not you." And but it was. I could see the face. She was over 300 pounds, I think. Um, and now she's a skinny little girl. And I'm going to send you when we get off here. And if I don't, remind me the diet she used. I did it for a month and I lost shit 28 pounds in a month.
Oh wow.
And it's literally the food just gets delivered to your house, so you don't have to buy anything. Um, it is expensive. It's like $400, but that is all you eat. And it sucks like the first 3 or 4 days, and then your body adapts and you're fine and you feel really really good. Um, and because I learned I'm 30, like I said, and I'm not old by any means, but this is the first year where I'm like, oh shit, 30 is like the ass kicker. Like I can feel my body starting to go downhill. Yeah, I'm getting
When
fatter
it starts, man.
easier. Yeah, I can tell I'm working out twice as hard for half the result, and I have to eat clean. Not because I want to, I have to now. So I'm gonna send you the diets. Matter of fact, I'll just do it right now before I forget. Because this shit is the truth, man. Oh, and Anna's husband lost like 60 pounds on it too.
Oh, nice. Troy went to state wrestling. We're so pissed off about wrestling. Our school district for being upstate New York and, you know, totally different than Manhattan psychologically. They fucking canceled wrestling. They canceled wrestling. And this would be my junior's first year of modified, and it would have been Jenny's second year. My daughter wrestles, and
That's awesome. That's
she
the shit right
loves
there.
she loves kicking the shit out of all the boys. She doesn't even want to wrestle the girls because she feels like she has to be gentle with them. Where the
Yeah,
boys, she like,
she doesn't have to hold back.
yeah, she can go all in. I mean, her wrestling partner is Junior, so we have a wrestling mat in our
Yeah,
backyard.
exactly.
She's used to wrestling someone double her weight, so she's a
Good.
beast.
That's the first thing I want to do with my stepkids. I'm gonna put them in BJJ and wrestling because I truly, truly, truly believe. I mean, everyone should be able to defend themselves, but I think a woman should definitely be able to defend themselves because they're seen as such easy victims.
Oh yeah,
You know.
yeah. We're looking once we have better income coming. I plan on there's a judo BJJ school down the street from us because I think judo and Brazilian jiu-jitsu is like they just go hand in hand. A lot of
Yes.
judo has Brazilian jiu-jitsu influence, and judo has so much. They both have using the person's weight against them, but judo is so big about balance and on foot combat.
Oh yeah.
Um, I mean, look at as much as Ronda Rousey kind of got cracked and said, "I'm good." Um,
That
she
was
held the
mental
ranks.
though. Yes, that
It's
was mental
psychological.
though, I think. Yes.
Well, she never
But
lost.
yeah, as soon as she did it was yeah, but you're right. She had like less than total in all her professional fights, less than 4 minutes in the octagon
Yeah,
prior to Holly Holm. That's insane. And she's a judo, that's her thing. Judo's her thing.
yeah. I mean, her mother was the women's judo champion for like 8 years or something, and then her mother retired, and then she became the world judo champion.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy.
third
I was
grade till I
reading
graduated.
I was
Yeah,
reading
I'm
Baller's
so
Garage's comments. But yeah, dude,
he's got
that's
he's got to shave that beard. You know, when I met Ballers, when I met him in New Hampshire 6 months ago,
yeah.
he looked like such a young guy. He was like clean shaved. He was kind of like then I saw him in a picture with a snake rack, and I'm like, who's this fucking grizzly guy? And I was like,
I know the picture you're
holy
talking about.
yeah. I was like, who is that guy?
Oh yeah, that reminds me, Baller's Garage, DM me. I want to talk to you about a snake rack build because I'm
Oh, he
expanding.
builds some quality stuff. I saw him comment about a FB10 rack, but Sal's not in here. I'm guessing the FB10 rack you were talking about earlier, Dave, was the one that Sal was getting that you're building for Salvatore Gomez.
So I absolutely need the FB10 rack as well.
Oh
It's
yeah,
just Yeah, I would like to be honest, and this might be asking a little much, but I would like a 10 by 10 for 100 tubs.
10 by 10.
10 across, 10 high of 10. Yeah. I feel like that
But would
might
it?
be asking a little much because the
I was
sag
right.
in the oh yeah, 100%. Um, the the sag from the PVC might be an issue, but something I thought about is if you make one tower rack with 10 and 10, right? So that's 20. And the sea serpent racks have the little holes drilled in the corners, and you put the wooden pegs in and you stack them. So if you put 120 and put a 20 on top of it, 2, 4, and then I'll just buy another 6, 8, and then I'd buy 2 more. And that would give me 120 tubs, and they would all be on casters with no chance of sag, stackable, 6 racks, and I could run it on a Herbstat 6.
That'd be
Because I
pretty
need,
fucking beastly.
yeah, I need something more. I need something like V18 size, like FB10 size, because the regular hatchling racks, not that I'm not pleased with them, because man, do they do the job, but hatchlings outgrow their tubs so fast on ASFs. There's no point in me buying a shoebox style tub or a 6-quart tub. I need something more. So Baller's Garage, we can talk about that. 20 high is 81 inches tall. I'm 81 inches tall on my back. What a coincidence. I'll measure it. I'll lay, I'll lay on the floor later and measure from the no, for real, I'll measure from the bottom up because that's fine by me.
So
Wait, that's 120?
someone told me a cool trick where it's an old school trick with melamine where you drill a hole and you buy a threaded rod. Excuse me.
Bless you. Bless you.
Ah, thank you. You get a threaded rod. Thank you, Mario. You do a threaded rod for support. So the PVC you're going to actually make the hole smaller so that you're actually threading in. You double nut the threaded rod, get your impact on, and
Oh,
drive that shit through.
that's smart.
Because that's similar. So like I just built these racks. I keep tarp on them to keep my ambient temp up.
Oh yeah, I saw that rack video build. Those are melamine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm melamine budget right now. PVC is 105 a sheet by me.
Yeah. PVC is expensive, period, man.
Yeah. So I went 3 wide on those with the FB8s or the V18s.
Yeah.
And I like them. But like you're saying, like the FB8s, a 700-gram snake is like fucking massive in that tub. Where
Yeah.
V18 with a proper water bowl of V18, you can get away with 1,000-grammer.
Yeah.
But the way Freedom Breeder, I feel like they went too big with the 8-ounce deli cup inside it.
Yeah.
And then also the positioning of it, because excuse the shit. So this is a 700-gram snake, and look how big it is in it. And then there's nowhere for her to coil up front.
Yeah,
None.
that's max capacity. And that's the FB8 style tub, right?
Yeah, that's the FB8s.
So that's
I did
equivalent to the V18 then in length.
yes. Oh, it's the same tub. Same
Yeah,
everything's
same tub with
V18.
the bowl mold. Yeah.
Have a good night, Kenny.
Yeah, Kenny, see you later, man.
So I did build racks with the Vivarium Electronics tubs.
Yeah.
And the VE11 is by far my favorite tub out of every tub I have in my collection.
I gotta look
It's
that up right now.
it's 7.5 wide, 4.25 tall, and 23 inches deep.
So that's about the FB10. I think the FB10 is 21 inches deep, if I'm not mistaken.
21 and a half, I think. 21 and a half deep. 3.75 tall. And I want to say 9.5 inches wide, or maybe it's bigger than that.
V11 tub. Okay, so I'm literally looking for the V11 tub right now.
So the thing
Vision
about the
tubs.
V11 tub that is incredible is if you buy more than, I want to say if you buy more than 10 of them, they're $6 each,
That's not bad.
and they're free shipping.
I
And
know I've seen that the past couple of days. The Vision ads have been popping up with free shipping.
yeah, and you do an order, it's at your house by the end of the week.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so in a timely matter, they're really good. Freedom Breeder, I made the stupid mistake where, even though people told me about it too, you know how they send you a separate invoice for the shipping? I thought they
Yes.
automatically just charge you. I didn't know that's an invoice you got to pay. So
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck are my tubs? I ordered my tubs, I want to say like December 22nd, you know?
Yeah.
And then I didn't get the invoice till January 3rd, and I didn't pay the invoice until January 20th. So I didn't get the tubs till the first week of February.
Damn. I cannot find the V11 on their website. VE11.
The VE11.
Oh, Vivarium Electronics.
Yep.
Oh shit! I heard V11, which meant Vision. Fuck.
Yeah,
Whoops.
Vivarium Electronics. So I have racks. I just built a rack 3 wide with the VE11, or one VE23, one VE11. And the 23, the dimensions, the actual physical floor space of a V11, VE23 is more floor space than a 1655 28 quart Sterilite tub. So they actually have more.
I see it right here. It's VE 108-11 tub, 22.44 deep, 7.36 wide, and 4.25 tall. Damn, yeah, that's fucking solid, dude.
It's a nice tub. So with my height at 84 inches, you can only go 16 high with that, where you can go 20 with the FB8s or FB10s.
Yeah.
I
saved that because I'm going to use that.
But it's a great tub. I mean, I keep my males in them, my smaller males.
Yeah.
You know, you can keep your males in there for your up to 3 years, you know, before they start hitting like 1,200 grams. Like, some males grow like crazy. I got a blade a blade heck clown that's like fucking huge, and I wish he wasn't that big. But
Damn.
he built a leopard gecko rack. Yeah, I really love that tub. I really do. And they're also like a lot thicker than the FB5, the Freedom Breeder tubs.
Yeah.
I really wanted to try the water bowls, because, you know, we wash our water bowls. I mean, you know, we do a full wash on our water bowls every other week.
Yeah.
And washing, you know, 150 water bowls is a
Yeah.
fucking nightmare.
Yeah, dude.
It's a nightmare. I mean, thankfully my amazing wife does them, but
Oh yeah.
it's a pain in the ass. Um, so my only argument about the FB8s is I feel like they should have put a 4-ounce cup instead of an 8-ounce cup.
That seems to be everyone's consensus. Even if you look at some of Justin's videos, he's pulling out the FB10s. He does the old school trick where he cuts the piece of PVC pipe. You know that trick? You cut the PVC pipe and glue it to the tub, put the deli cup in it. So even in Justin's FB10s, he has a piece of PVC pipe in there with the 8-ounce. And I was like, oh man. He's like, yeah, it works great. So I think that's a great idea. I just put new water bowls in there. I do change and wash once a week, but after 1 to 2 months, I put new ones in there because the water here in Oklahoma is hard. Like it's hard water, man. It's rough on the bowls. I keep my snakes on Reptichip, and my Reptichip molds not fast. I've been to places where it molds faster because of the salt in the air, but here the water's so
Lime
hard.
scale.
Yeah, the water's so hard it makes it mold. So I do have to change out the water bowls no matter what because the water here is so damn hard. But I am going to look into that tub, and I probably will get it and then just hot glue gun the
Don't worry about water bowls. Let me just tell you one thing, and I'll say it now. I bought a 3D printer, and I'm in the designing stage of making a universal cup holder that I hopefully will sell a whole bunch of.
So I know the only downside to 3D printing is it takes forever, but I'll tell you, I have money, and you can have it for a damn water bowl holder, because that, for me, dude, is such a damn game changer.
All right, so
Oh,
I'll say it now because it's 2 hours and 40 minutes into the video, and it's not like I want to keep it a small circle. So there's 19 of us in this room right now. So I'm in the process
okay.
of designing a plate, kind of like when you mount a smoke detector on your ceiling, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make this plate will be a universal plate that will have a ring, and I'm gonna have 2 different sizes for rings. I'm gonna have a ring for 8-ounce and a ring for 16-ounce that will work off the same base, so that in your bigger tubs you
Oh.
can run 16-ounce. So I plan on doing 4 sizes: 2-ounce, 4-ounce, 8-ounce, and 16-ounce. The 4-ounce, unfortunately, will have just one base, one ring, as well as the 2-ounce. But I feel like a
Mhm.
2-ounce cup will be perfect for hatchlings in an FB5. The 4-ounce will be good in the FB8 or V18. And then when you start getting into tubs for snakes that are above 1,500 grams, the 16-ounce deli cup I think will be good.
I agree.
So the whole idea will be is I'll sell them in 10 packs. So you'll get 10 rings
Hmm.
and a tube of epoxy with the self-mixing thing on it. So you can
Oh
actually
yeah.
mount these rings on your tubs, and then you can interchange the ring on it. And then what for sanitary purposes and stacking purposes for people that
Hmm.
have extra things. Because the beauty of the FB5 is that they can stack into each other, right? So the whole idea
Yes.
of the design is to go with the ring so that they can still stack and be tight when they stack. So when you clean, you're
Okay.
going to clean your tub and clean your ring.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm in the process of doing it, and my Reptile Expo guy, he already has 3 printers. I got 1, and we're in the designing stage right now. And once I have the sales to pay for, so the sales are just going to go back in. So the first
Of
sales that I
course.
make will go into buying 2 more machines. And with the design, I should be able to print 3 at one time. And with 3 machines, that's 9 at one time. And I can, in theory, make 27 of them in a 24-hour span. Um, so that's what's in the works right now.
Okay. I'll tell you right now, you are going to want to have, when you start off, between 1 and 3 months of product back ordered, because I myself, I'll clear you out of a month and a half or 2 months of that.
Yeah.
All cash right up front. I don't
Cool.
care.
Well, that's the thing.
That is
Like, if
the
I get a sale like that, then I'll just pay for the machines. Then I'll do a lineup of machines.
yeah.
I mean, if it's successful, I mean, I would do 5 machines. You know,
Yeah, dude, because
um,
I mean, you're gonna have dudes like me who do this for shit. I'm about to be doing this for a living. I'll tell you this, I make more this last 2 years, I've made more off the snakes than the Army pays me per year as a staff sergeant. Like,
nice. It's huge.
yeah,
That's
dude,
that's
hell
the
yeah.
that's the reptile breeder dream right there.
Yeah, well, I
I
mean,
have,
this will be the last year I reinvest, hopefully, for a while. Be all pocket money soon.
yeah. And then I feel like at a certain point of your collection, when you sell off the snakes that you've replaced with something bigger and better
Oh, yeah.
than that, because that's where I want to be. That's where, you know, Vinnie Meyer just posted for sale a 3,000 gram albino and a 3,000 gram pastel um, orange ghost. I wish I had a 3,000 gram albino, and I wish I had a 3,000 gram pastel orange, not orange ghost, orange dream.
Okay, okay.
But he can do that because he's got 5 gene animals that are on or that are on double deck. Like,
Yeah,
before you know
exactly.
it, they'll be breeding. And I mean, I feel like as a responsible breeder, you can never bite more than you can chew.
Yep,
And at some point, your company will grow to a point where you're not going to be keeping those single gene pastels or the,
correct.
like right now I have a 4,000 gram het hypo.
Yep,
Um, I can't. What am I going to sell it for? $200? It's not really. But now that head hypo has hypo has 3 latches with a black pastel orange ghost. So
so
one.
this is what I do, right? I'll tell you this right now. This is what I do, because I was at that point 3 years ago where I was letting go of single gene breeder females, and I still have a couple, but they're serving a purpose. They'll be serving a purpose for 2 more years and then they're gone. I will raise up the replacement, and I will still breed the female I'm going to let go of, and I will still not let her go until her replacement proves to be viable. Because I've seen people do that where they upgrade their genetics, and then the male that they've raised up for a year or two isn't locking. Or that female that they've used to replace that single gene female that's a 3 or 4 gene doesn't lay you eggs until she's 5. And it's
Yeah.
just like, oh, fuck. So don't jump the gun on that is my best advice to you, my friend, because you'll get
Oh
there.
yeah.
But
I
don't
mean,
jump the
I wasn't expecting. I I got about 30 females that I was not expecting to be able to breed until next year, and they all are above 1,500 grams this year. So I'm
Yep.
at that point now where I'm like, yeah, well, they're not there yet, and then, I mean, I breed snakes at 1,500 grams. I have no problem about it.
Yeah.
And just like you were saying earlier, if they refuse to produce, it's not a bad thing,
No.
because those fucking rest years, those snakes put on some serious weight
Yep.
and size, and when you're breeding a snake year after year after year, you know, they don't hit their maximum productivity,
Oh,
that 1
100%.
year.
Later, Ballas Garage.
Later, Dave. Have a great night, brother.
Oh, don't forget to message me about that rack. Sorry, keep going.
I look at and I quoted about him a lot, Vinny Meyer's collection, and Vinny won't breed a snake until it's like 2,000 grams. But Vinny has the largest ball pythons I've ever seen in my life. He's
Yeah.
got these fucking snakes that are like almost 6,000 grams. Ball pythons.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Crazy. But I think
my girls are that big too. But I think it's because I feed them ASFs.
yeah. I think a big part of it too is people don't get rid of them good breeders. People keep them.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
they they'll breed past 15 years easily. So,
Oh yeah.
it's those
What was
12-year-old
it?
snakes.
Illinois.
What, the zoo?
They're,
With that like
yeah,
84-year-old snake that had a parvo, had a what's it called, clutch?
I think it was a Partho
Parthenogenic?
clutch. Yeah, but she was old. I can't remember how old she was, but she was old.
I want to say she was like 82 years old, like some crazy fucking number.
I think it was 28 or maybe 28. I can't remember. Because I think the oldest ball python on record was 54 years old.
And then that snake, they said it wasn't with a male for over 4 years or some crazy number.
And we know retained sperm could go up to 7 tops that we know of for retained sperm.
Really?
Yeah, that's the longest anyone's ever proven clutch be fostered by retained sperm was 7 years. And Partho is just parthenogenesis. You can't. That happens.
Yeah,
It happens.
clone of itself.
Yep.
I have lots of Partho geckos.
Oh, how does that affect them in the same way as the snakes? Like a Partho clutch?
No, because they are, as a whole, parthenogenic. It's the mourning gecko. They are more. They're mourning the death of the male species. So they're all female. They just clone themselves.
Oh,
and
so they're asexual.
They're asexual.
Yes.
And
Okay.
they're awesome. They're I have I have 4 species of them. I have the commons, I have the yellow bellies, and then I have multiple grades of the Hawaiian species, because they have like high expression and low expression. So the low expressions will go for like $75 each, where the high expressions will go for $150. And it's a little fucking tiny gecko. It's a small gecko that literally will drop 10 eggs a year. And they cohab. They do really good. I put them in the big pickle jars at Walmart, the massive ones.
Yeah.
I put them in those. I cut the tops off and I put screen on it, and I put them in those. And I got a great market for them. I bring them to the show. I bring the all different price ranges, and they're usually the first things to leave my table because it's cool. It's awesome that you can buy one, and in 2 years you'll have 12. You know,
That's wild, dude.
yeah. And
Damn.
we got them running loose in our house because of our cat.
Ashley, if you're watching this, it's my girlfriend. She's a lizard lady. The answer's no. Because she will be
Ashley,
like,
send me your address when it warms up. I'll ship them to you.
"Oh, woman, I will shake you like a baby." Let me tell you. Nah, she does what she wants. I don't care.
They're fucking cool, man. And then,
Oh yeah,
so
no,
the
I
cool,
like them. I know what they are. It's just the multiplication.
all right, just send them back to me. I'll send you some, and then when they have babies, send them back to me, and I'll sell them.
And then there you go.
They the cool thing about them is so like when you deal with geckos, especially New Caledonians, you're always battling fruit flies.
Yeah.
It's just part of the territory, and we got a cat, and my cat's an asshole, just like most cats, and
Yep.
I make custom tanks, and I make them vertical, and I use window screen. So I'll make a frame, and then I'll make another one for the screen door. So I make like
Okay.
custom screen doors for the front of them.
That's dope. Yeah.
And my fucking cat ripped it off of my I have a 29-gallon tank that has like probably about 50 of them in there. So they all got a bunch of them got loose. And the only reason why we
Oh
knew
yeah.
is because like my daughter would be screaming because there's a morning gecko climbing up a wall in the bathroom. And now I keep finding eggs in snake racks, snake tubs. Jen. But on another note, we haven't had a fruit fly problem ever since that happened. Like I don't have to battle fruit flies. There's definitely morning geckos
Getting
eating up
them.
all the stuff around the house. Yeah.
Your
So
house is one ecosystem of symbiosis.
oh
Just
my
straight
god.
up. Your house
It's
is a bioactive enclosure.
people call the DeLeon Zoo, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for the day that it is a zoo and we have a farm, and because that's why we want to go down south. We wanna raise
Yeah.
our own animals and fill up our freezers with homegrown meat. Um,
Oh yeah. I'm gonna do the same thing.
we currently breed giant rabbits. Eat your snack now because it's getting late. So don't start your shit. You're not eating your snack at 2 a.m. It's every live stream. My son's fucking 2 o'clock in the morning. He's like, "Oh, I don't know what I'm gonna eat,"
It's 2 in the
and then he
morning. You
eats.
should be eating sleep.
Yeah, no, because he helps me break everything down because I have to put the banner up to cover up the DeLeon Zoo.
Ah, gotcha.
But yeah, we breed meat rabbits, and
Yeah.
next year will be our first year where we have, because we bought rabbits that are already proven and they're already breeders and they were bred too young, and so now we have rabbits that we other higher end bloodlines that we are growing out, and we'll have a whole. This summer will be nice because we'll be producing a lot of rabbit meat because we don't produce enough for what we like. My wife
Yeah.
loves rabbit, but the goal would be to have chickens and ducks, and I
I
love
like duck
lamb,
a lot.
duck's good, goat is really good,
Looks
lamb
good.
is great. If I can get some Austrian lambs on the growing on the property,
Oh yeah.
that would be the goal. So Virginia looks good. That's why North Carolina looks good. I mean, upstate New
Yep.
York looks good too, but it just, we kind of got our ass kicked this year. We got a 32-inch storm in 10 hours. And it was nothing but horrible,
It's because you guys are still subject to that Great Lake effect. Like you're
It's
close
not
enough to the Great Lakes.
no, it's not those that kick our ass. It's the Northeasterns. It's the ones that go up the coast and then cut across.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that really kick our ass.
And I don't know how the cost of living is upstate because I've only ever been to New York City. But I know in the South, it's cheaper. It's really cheap. That's why I'll never go back to Pennsylvania. I want to buy my parents a house in North Carolina. Because even in PA, again, Pittsburgh is a city, so got it. But a Commonwealth state, the taxes are really high. And it's expensive to live up north. The South is just cheaper living all around, dude. 100%.
Dude, I have a 1,000 square foot 3-bedroom house, and it's in a rough neighborhood, high crime.
Yeah.
And I'm paying $4,300 a year in taxes for a little house in a shitty neighborhood. And then we're ready to go.
The house I owned in North Carolina was outside of a military base. It was on the outskirts of a rough town. It was literally on the border of like rich white suburbia and the hood. But it was closer to rich white suburbia. It was really nice. It was 2,800 square feet, 3-bed, 2-bath, 2-car garage, huge fenced-in backyard on a quarter lot, 1 acre of land. So it was big with a lot of space, no neighbors. I paid about $3,000 in taxes per year on that house. And it cost me $130,000. But that house with that land in Pennsylvania would have been about $300,000.
Oh yeah.
It's just the cost of living is so low and the taxes are so low. I don't see myself ever living up north because it would make me less successful financially.
Yeah, your bottom dollar will be expensive, Yeah. It's all about your bottom dollar as a business person because you're going to have rainy days, and that's when rent and bills and taxes and all that shit hurt you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, my goal to find a house is I want to make sure that I'll be able to wake up in my boxers, start up my quad, and rip wheelies while shooting my AR, and no one have a problem with it. That's my goal.
Yeah. My goal is to walk out on my front porch naked and watch the sun come up, and no one can see me.
With a cup of coffee, with a cup of Joe,
yeah,
right?
You already know, a cup of Joe, man. You already know. So that's my goal, and I've already staked out some land, and the other thing is to build a house. Yeah, we're still on.
What's going on, Jennifer?
To build a house the size of the one I just had will cost me $10,000 less than what I paid. And since I'm going to be a retired combat veteran medically, I won't pay the property tax. So that's a huge plus for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good. You should be getting spoiled,
Yeah, we still don't make shit. I still don't make shit, not with the Army, but with the snakes, I'll be able to compensate just fine, and we'll go from there, man. For me, at this point, it's like I'm ready to live happily. That's the goal.
Oh yeah.
Just want to make cool snakes, not be friends with any assholes in the community, and yeah, I hope you do come down to North Carolina, man, because I'll help you move right in, 100%.
Yeah. North Carolina's on my radar, man. There's something about one snowstorm a year that sounds good to me.
So even in North Carolina, when I was stationed there, I was stationed there twice. So the total of 5 years that I was there, I didn't even see snow, not once.
So I like that. I
Yeah.
like that a lot. South
Yep.
Carolina's got on my radar too, because I'm like, it's my father, man. My house was like a jungle with plants, with tropical plants.
Yeah.
So like he had his bay windows with just covered in plants, and he's 80. He's gonna be 89 in a couple months, and he still has plants fucking everywhere. And
Damn.
I would love, like, I don't travel much. I never traveled.
Mhm.
My mother had a major stroke when I was like 10 days old, whole right side
Damn.
paralyzed. And
Hmm.
we never traveled because of that, you know.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was able to have my mother in my life for 33 years, and she wasn't even supposed to survive it.
That's a blessing right there.
Oh yeah, as much as I miss her, I could have, if it was up to her parents, the racist parents,
Hmm.
me and my brother would have been adopted out.
Hmm.
Because that's what they want to do. They want to pay off my father to adopt out me and my brother, which thankfully he said no.
Yeah.
But fuck, now I forgot the whole.
You didn't travel because
Oh,
of
so we
her.
didn't travel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we went to. So I had to do I had to do a training in Baton Rouge. So I
Oh,
went to
Louisiana,
Baton
damn.
Rouge, and the first thing I did when I landed the plane is I went to a bar and ate gator nuggets because that's what I wanted to do, and I
Hell
did,
yeah.
and they were fucking delicious. Um,
Yep.
and then I was a smoker, and I went outside for a cigarette by the pool, and all the plants that I have inside my house and inside my bioactive gecko tanks were
Hmm.
all outside surrounding the pool.
Yeah.
And I was just like, fuck, I can have all these awesome plants in my backyard. So, you know, South Carolina kind of looks good in that area. Like, I want a palm tree, man. I don't know. I want a real fucking palm tree in my backyard. I want a banana plant that yields
So
bananas.
yeah. So if that's what you want, South Carolina is the place to go. The only issue with South Carolina, and I did look at it, for me personally, is they're already on the Tegu ban. And I'm the kind of guy, I know that it just starts in one place and it's going to continue.
Yeah.
And I'm the kind of asshole who will tell you that you can take my animals if you have the ability to get in my house and physically
Yeah.
take them from me, because I have guns and I have other things, and I've used them in real life on real people in real situations who've also used guns. So I'm just a little bit better than them. So if you think you can
Yeah.
take them from me, come and try, because it ain't gonna
Yeah.
happen.
That's definitely, you can have your reptiles. I don't want any of them by force.
Yeah, exactly, right. But that's my fear in South Carolina. That's just literally my fear is, it starts with, because like I said, my girlfriend, she's a lizard lady. She has a tegu, and at times I think she loves it more than her kids. At times,
They are
and
pretty cuddly.
I know. I like the male ones because they come in different colors and they have the big jowls, but she has a
The
female.
jowls are the best.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she won't give up that tegu. So if
Yeah, so South
we lived
Carolina's
in
out.
South, yeah, so I can't do it. But for you, I mean,
Yeah, but I want a
oh,
tegu. Tegu's on my goal.
oh,
That's on my
yep,
list of reptiles. I want a tegu. I'm in a state where you can't have Burmese pythons and reticulated pythons. So
okay, you're a
my
big
goal is
snakes
to
are off.
have. I don't want to breed retics, but I
Yeah,
do want a couple. I would love to have a couple. Just for the being a rodent breeder standpoint.
yeah. Oh, I already know where you're going.
You need
Yep.
something for your retired rodents. I retire 200 rats a year, and and the facility is growing.
Yes.
So I put jumbo rats on Craigslist for $2 and they didn't sell.
Damn.
Yeah. Finally, I found someone to buy them for $3, and then now I have another customer that wants them for $3. So now it's not an issue, but even so, like I'm not going to see this customer until the last week of March. So I just retired 15 colonies.
Damn.
So that's
It's a
60
big chunk.
rats,
Yeah, that's a
60
big chunk.
jumbos, and
Damn.
it's not like small rats, where that would
Yeah,
be
they're
3 gallon
rats.
Ziploc bags. These,
Yeah.
I fit 3 rats in a gallon bag. That's fucking 20-gallon bags of just frozen rats.
Yep.
So a retic would be nice because the freezer, we need space in the freezer. All right, there you go. Fucking feed off the retics. Here, eat 4 of them.
Yep.
But
100%, dude.
North Carolina looks good. And then the northern part and the higher elevation part away from flooding. That's one thing I just, we, I've never had to deal with flooding.
Yeah.
And if I can avoid flooding in my future, I will.
Yeah, I've dealt with flooding. It sucks.
My wife accidentally flooded our basement once,
Oh,
and it was fucked up until I realized what had happened was we had a tropical storm hit us, and we have a big trench in front of our house, parallel with the road,
yeah.
and we live really close to the road. She put the garbage cans in the trench. So when the torrential
Oh,
downpour
it backed
happened,
it up. Damn
it
it.
backed it up. And then I have windows to my basement, and the water was pouring through the windows. And
Damn.
psychologically, that shit fucked me up. Like seeing it,
Yeah.
seeing the water pour in, and that's why my heart is so, hurt for what's going on down south, because when a
Oh,
natural
yeah.
disaster is out of your fucking hands,
So
you're
I've lived through every natural disaster except for a volcanic eruption. I've been through the flash floods, the earthquakes, the monsoons, the tornadoes. I'm trying to think what else. The ice storms, blizzards, mudslides.
fuck
I've been through.
mudslides so scary.
Yeah, oh my god. Um, and an avalanche. And because I have traveled, I've been to over 40 countries, so I've seen um, for business and pleasure. So I was in my only earthquake I ever experienced was in Afghanistan in 2017. Wasn't even that long ago. Um, Korea, they have a monsoon season, which occurs. It brings with it mudslides. When I was stationed in Germany, I went snowboarding in the Alps a lot, and that was my avalanche experience. Hurricanes living on the East Coast, tornadoes here. I live in Tornado Alley here. Literally everything except for a volcanic eruption, dude. And I'll tell you, I get what they're going through in Texas, and that shit sucks. I feel so horrible. I sent some money to that PayPal, but then someone reported the group and it went away. So I hope that they got my money. I'm sure they did. But I know
I think
they're
it's
making
back
another
up.
group.
Are you talking about
I didn't
Reptile
know.
Relief Fund 101?
Not the 101. I know the original went up. I know 101 is up now. But there's like three. There's like 101. Josh Jackie and Bob Vu put one together with Sean Gray, I think, and that's the
I think that's
Reptile
101.
Breeders. No, that's the Reptile Breeders Relief, I think it's called. And then 101. I heard about 101 this morning. Obviously,
Oh,
I'm
I'm
sure
pretty sure
everyone did.
101 is Josh Jackie. Look, see, I'm actually wearing Josh's shirt.
I saw that. I met Josh at last Arlington. He was really cool. And then there's Down South Strong / Reptile Family is the other one. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, I got to do it tomorrow because I wanna do a snake onto one of the auctions that I know that I've heard people talk about. I just don't know which ones are doing it.
Yeah.
Where because there's that, and then I was also contacted about another fellow herper who has cancer, and there's an auction going on all week for that person.
Damn. That's
And of
so
course,
shitty.
I'm fucking last minute like a dickhead, and I haven't entered anything yet.
Yeah.
But
No, you're right. You're right. It is. So the one Josh Jackie is running is now 101. Reptile Relief 101. And then the other one is the Down South Strong. Yeah, I think I'll do a snake and a merch pack. I think would be nice.
we got to do a merch swap. I don't know how we haven't done it yet. I
Oh
don't have a
yeah, dude.
sticker or a shirt.
I got. Yeah, I still got shit left over. Fuck yeah. Hit me with your address after this. I'll send you some shit.
Cool.
It'll
Yeah.
it'll be a while because I know shipping is still not happening here.
Probably not good down there. Definitely not.
Yeah,
I
definitely
didn't realize
not.
that you were down there so close to it.
Oh yeah, dude. This morning I looked out my fucking window and the icicles, because it's like, fuck, man. It'll like melt a little bit, but then it just freezes over through the night. Like it snowed like a couple feet, and then the night came, and then it froze over, and then the next day it snowed again, and then it froze over, and then it was cold and nothing unthawed, and then it finally, like today, started melting a little bit. I know people are getting their oh yes, wildfires in Virginia. Didn't see that till just now. Wildfires in Virginia. Yes, I did the, the forest firefighter thing when I was in Yes, there are hurricanes in the Carolinas. I did the forest firefighter thing when I was in Virginia. So yeah, I seen the wildfires. Um, fuck, what was I just saying? Oh yeah, the just today people are getting their power and water back. But I've seen pictures, dude. This one picture really stuck in my mind. It's so fucked. So it was this car that was parked in a carport, not a garage. But the carport, like the overhang, was like the second floor of the person's house.
Oh my
And
god.
the pipes going through that overhang broke, and the water froze from the pipes all the way down and froze the car to the ground.
Oh my god.
And I just couldn't believe that shit. That shit was fucking fuck, dude. I want to send you that picture too, because that one kind of fucked me up. But yeah, the guys in Texas are sucking. And if you guys are in Texas and you're close to Wichita Falls, I will take your animals in if I can. 100%.
So I
I'm gonna
had
try.
another fucking failure, man. So this is what I'm going through with this 3D printer. So this is the ring,
Oh, what the hell?
and it lost track. So that's
Oh, okay.
but it'll still give you an idea. So this ring will latch onto the thing, and then your dishes will, your disposable cups will go right in it.
Yeah, you'll turn and lock. I think this is what I'm trying to send you. Yeah. Oh man, this shit is so fucking bad. I just sent you the picture of the car I was talking about that's like frozen to the ground on Insta. Oh, dude, that like hurts my heart. No, the ring thing's a good idea. You turn it and it'll lock into place.
I just need to figure out how to get my fucking printer to stop failing. Because for some reason, every time it gets to this height, that's what happens. And then I never committed. I always just canceled it out.
Yeah, because why waste more plastic?
But I started this before the live stream, and this was the outcome.
Oh, hey, Rebecca Van. I don't want to mess your last name up, Rebecca. Novenberg said her mom does 3D prints and resins of pieces. She can probably she said she feels your pain. She might be able to help you out. That or some YouTube. Good old fashioned YouTube.
Luckily, the guy that brought the 3D to life for me, I'm sure he'll figure it out. It's just so disappointing because I put this thing together yesterday, and this is probably my fifth shitty print, sixth shitty print, and it took 2 hours
Damn.
for this to happen. Yeah. Well,
Cowenberg. I'm sorry. Cowenberg.
it
My
it
bad.
can never be easy, you know.
Oh, dude, no, never. What's crazy is a lot of people. I still go to a lot of shows even with COVID and shit. 'Cause I'm young and strong. I've noticed they're making a lot of 3D print stuff. Like I've been seeing people with 3D print snakes and like that seems to be the new hotness, man.
Yeah. I as soon as I figure it out and I learn how to design it, I have an old boss that I can't stand that she's going to get a 3D dick with wings.
Dude, yes.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude.
3D dick with wings she's going to get.
Oh man, I would like to
100%.
drive past her and throw it at her. Just eat it right on the side of the shaft.
Eat it. I've been wanting to order her through Dicks by mail, send her a chocolate dick, but it's like $30, and I just can't justify spending $30 on a chocolate dick to someone I don't like. You know.
Oh no, 100%. No, fuck no, dude. Hell no. Oh, that's fucking awesome,
Yeah.
dude.
But
Well,
I think I'm gonna call it a night, man. I know it's almost 2 o'clock over there.
oh yeah, dude. I super fucking late. Actually, I want you to know that before we get off, I fucked up. I'm an hour behind you.
I was all right, so now I don't feel as bad.
No. But I agree, man. I'm getting tired. I can tell you're getting tired, and I gotta piss real bad.
Yeah,
But we gotta have you on our show.
oh, I'd
We
love it,
are.
man.
I need to see when we could get you in because we are booked out for a few months. Like,
It's great. That's a
wait,
good thing.
yeah. So, but yeah, man, I'm gonna send you that video of the ASFs when we get off here, and I feel like I was supposed to send you something else, but I don't know. And
See, your
message
fucking
me.
memory's good.
Yeah, but I forgot what the other thing was.
The other thing was the food, but I'll be honest with you, man. I can't financially. I just can't spend $400 to feed myself in a month.
Well, no, it wasn't that. I sent you the food. Fuck it.
The
I'll remember
ice,
later, dude.
no, the
Ice?
ice and the African sulfur. Pretty
No.
sure.
We need to exchange addresses for merch.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah, well, all right, let's
Cool.
call it a night. I'll hit you up
Yeah,
after
man.
this. Guys, I hope you all enjoyed the show.
Definitely
'Cause I
check
had fun.
out his YouTube channel. He's got a couple
Reptile
videos out.
Revolution!
It's really good. You guys put on a good show. I've been watching it
Yeah,
and I enjoy it.
yeah, we're trying to focus on wildlife conservation and education, not so much ball pythons. So if you guys are interested in anything venomous, check out Alex Trejo. That's someone I wanted to tell you need to follow too, man. Alex the Critter Catcher. He handles venomous and he loves guns.
Oh,
So
sounds like I need to learn
yeah,
more about guns, but
oh
I
dude,
mean,
always ask. I'll always be here.
I need to get to a better state so my guns aren't too
Yeah,
fucking lame.
yeah, man. Fuck yeah. Well, we'll talk guns and we'll talk stuff later, man. You get yourself to bed and enjoy your time with the family.
Yes, sir, brother. Thank you so much for the opportunity, man. It was awesome.
Oh, dude, thank you. I had fun. I really did.
Oh yeah, man. It was a good time.
All right,
All right,
brother. Well, I'll
brother.
talk to you later.
Yes, sir. Have a great night.
You too.
Peace.
Peace.
So that was fucking awesome. Um, hope you guys enjoyed it. It was a great time. Um, Brandon's a really cool dude. I really like him and Liz's show. Um, and they just started, so there's so much more to come in the future with them. And then yeah, back to everyone down south. You know, you guys are in my prayers. I hope this shit is something that you can look back in the past and get out of the present. Um, so Reptile Relief Fund 101, one of the many companies that you can donate to. You can find it on Facebook. And then as well as US Arc, you know, it's $20 for annual membership, $40 and you get yourself a US Arc shirt. A lot of information. It's right there for you to be involved, to be working as a team in support for the reptile community nationally and internationally, because they are, you know, it's a great association and I'm very happy that I'm a member of it. But thanks a lot. We'll see you guys next week. I'm very excited. Next week I have special guest David Hardy. And yeah, I think Sunday I'll be posting a video about the Oaks Reptile Expo. So it should be great. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay warm, and take care of your animals. Later, everybody.